This is full squad. Rolling. You. Oh. Jump. Arm. Meat.
This is Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Oh, it's Jimmy Cricket. It's so annoying when you sit there and you're rambling on for like 10 minutes straight, and you're just, nothing's coming out. It's like, son of a biscuit, man. Jimmy Cricket, you gotta be kidding me with this. And I don't know what I that's the frustrating thing. I didn't change any of my settings. I use the Streamlabs OBS, and for some strange reason, it'll randomly turn off my mic and whatnot, or switch the input for my mic. In this case, to default instead of my Yeti mic. And you come to think about it, I've actually had this mic for over a year now, which is shocking when I think about it. But it just, I don't know what's going on. It's Streamlabs. It does it randomly for no apparent reason. I don't get it, man. Technology. It's just it's a double-edged sword. It can do some pretty nice things for us, but at the same time, it can make things way more difficult than it really should be. So, Jimmy Cricket, happy Monday there, folks from the House of G, who doggy. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go back into all of that. Try to summarize as best I can. Welcome back to the House of G, formerly Rebel Rant. And I've officially made the transition from Rebel Rant into the House of G. Rants are still going to be part of the stream and everything, or part of the channel at least, but they're no longer going to be like the primary thing, at least not at this time. I simply don't have the time to do the videos right now, so it's all about the Monday stream, House of G, for the foreseeable future. I got my main channel. It's keeping me very busy. Got a lot of stuff I'm working on, trying to get sorted out. Windows is now open. It's Windows has really messed things up to the point where my video editing software, Filmora, no longer works. I can't use it. I'm dead. As far as Filmora goes, I'm down in the water, so I've had to transition. I guess some people might say upgrade to After Effects and Premiere Pro, and holy cannoli, it's been an incredible learning curve. Like, I'm a one-man show. I do everything myself. I got nobody to depend on, lean on, nobody to say, hey, this is broken, find a way to fix it. I gotta do it all myself. Jimmy Cricket, and it is a learning curve, let me tell you. Oh my gosh. But you don't quit. You just keep on going. You take the hits, and you just roll with the punches as best you can. That's what we do here at the House of G, with or without a working microphone. Oh man, this thing's just acting kind of. Okay, hold on here. Let me check something. I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. But it goes with the territory. I started my first channel over a year ago, and it's been an incredible learning experience. Let me tell you. I don't even know how to describe it. It's been just incredible, absolutely incredible. But a lot of fun at the same time. Absolute blast. So yeah, for the House of G, I'm still messing with the format and everything. Since I've had time to do the videos, I've been wanting to kind of get back into it a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be something I'm gonna be doing every single Monday. Right now I just want to focus on just geeking out, being a geek. I'm the House of G is the home, the original geek and the original gamer. I've been a geek. A gamer my entire life, since as far back as I can remember, since the days of Pong. I was being a geek since before being a geek was cool, before it was mainstream, before they made all of these movies that made being a geek a household thing. So if you're looking for the real deal, you have found it here, and you are welcome in the House of G. Now I do have strong opinions and whatnot, and I stand by my my opinions, my conclusions, and all that stuff. But hey, as long as you can be respectful about it and all that, we can certainly have a conversation, if nothing else. So, doggy. All right. Yeah. So today I'm just gonna be going through my comic book collection a bit more. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 months, and we're finally getting down to. I've had a whole bunch of comic books that needed bagged and boarded. I simply didn't have the time and the resources and whatnot to be able to take care of them properly, let's put it that way. So that's what I've been doing. And while I've been doing that, I've been skimming through them, not reading them word for word, page for page, at least not at this time. Just skimming through them and trying to get a feel for them, and analyzing the story, the characters and all that stuff, comparing them, contrasting them to the more modern stuff. And it's been a very fascinating and enlightening journey, let me tell you. I learned a few things along the way, some very surprising things. Discovered some interesting information. That's one of the things I'm hoping to do in the future, is kind of touch more on some of that stuff in a more formal format and whatnot, instead of just rambling about it off the top of my head. At some point, we're coming out of this old beer bug thing, at least some part of the country is. I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly don't know. Everything is just crazy out there right now, which is why I'm glad I got Robo Squadron and the House of G, because it helps keep me sane. It gives me something to focus on, my energies and all that. But stuff is happening, and I don't know what's going to mean for the country. I don't know what's going to mean for me personally, as an individual, as a citizen of this country and of the state that I'm in. We're just going to have to wait and see. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, plugging away. Hopefully you enjoy the journey here on the House of G as much as I am. And it is Monday, so let's go ahead and get this Monday started. I don't know about you, Mondays are always a bit on the rough side, so this really does in fact help me kick off the week, if you know what I'm saying, which is why I am trying to keep it more on the lighter fun side as much as possible, because it makes a difference, let me tell you. Okay, boom shaka laka. So today is going to be it's going to be a full day of X-Men here on the House of G, home of the original geek and the original gamer, the OGG. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to start off today with X-Men number 26. Boom shaka laka. All right. Yeah, blood ties. And the thing I love about this one is that it has Captain America front and center on the cover. Very heroic pose, got the shield up, defending the people around him and whatnot. That's just classic Captain America right there, surrounded by the X-Men. So this is a pretty amazing crossover from what I remember. And yeah, so this is back in the 90s. I mean, they started the new X-Men title, because before that was like Uncanny X-Men, stuff like that. But this is just straight up X-Men. No descriptors, nothing like that. Now this is a Blood Ties part 2 of 4. And I don't know if you can read that. It might be a little bit too small, possibly. It's a major crossover between X-Men and Avengers. So from what I remember, it was a pretty cool one. Let me take a look at something here. Jimmy Cricket. I think somebody might have screwed up on the font on this, because it's really tiny and there's a lot of space where it could have filled. Yeah, it looks like this is 1993, Jimmy Cricket. 1993 right here. So this one goes back a ways. 20, 30, 28 years. Getting almost up there to 30 years old at this point, and it's in surprisingly good condition. It's not near mint, it's not perfect. There is a couple of tiny little crease marks upper corner, like something was pressing down on it, but other than that, it's in really excellent condition. And then on the back we got RoboCop 3. Dun dun dun. He's back. November 5th. Back on duty. Gotta love it. I used to always love the advertisements in comic books because they were always, well, by and large, they were part of the geekdom, the geek community, in some way, shape, or form. So they were just cool to read, even if they were ads for like stuff. And like this one, you got the 1993 Marvel Masterpieces. I remember these. These cards were actually pretty amazing from Skybox. Yeah, Skybox is going way back when I was a kid collecting. Did they do like baseball cards and stuff? I'm pretty sure Skybox did baseball cards before they got into the geek stuff. But like these cards were amazing. They really were. They had incredible artwork. You can't see the Hulk there because he is green and matches the green screen. It's not very good. It's difficult to see that, but yeah, the artwork is just incredible. I mean, they were amazing cards. I love those cards. I love collecting them. I don't know what happened to them. I've lost a lot of stuff over the years. Used to have quite a bit of stuff, and then it was just a lot of it was just gone in one fell swoop. Let's put it that way. And it's I'm very blessed and fortunate to have my collection at this point. My comic books. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this here. Let's see here. Yeah, it starts off talking about Stan Lee proudly presents the celebration of the 30th anniversaries for the Uncanny X-Men and the Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers. Dun, dun, dun. So, interesting. Wait a minute, so did they come out in the same year? The Uncanny X-Men and the Avengers? Was that a simultaneous launch? I mean, that's what it sounds like. That's what it's saying there. I had no idea. If that's true, that's actually pretty epic right there. Let's see. So, Cortez has my daughter. Oh, Quicksilver. Wait a minute. So, and remember, this is part 2. I have no idea if I have any of the other parts of this Blood Tie series. Maybe not. And it is a crossover, so it crosses over to the Avengers. Being 1993, if I do have them, they're already bagged and boarded. I will have to find them. That's one of the things I'm going to be doing here on the House of G is cataloging my stuff, going through it, see exactly what I got, going through, giving enough time for the channel. I'm going to go through every single one, take a look at them. Like I said, we continue to make comparisons and stuff with that contrast. This is 1993. Now keep in mind, around 95, 96, something happened in comic books, especially in Marvel and DC. Something happened in the industry, and these these titles took a hard turn into Weirdosville, and we've talked about it extensively on the House of G here over the last 3 months, and it's been very illuminating to say the least. This is 1993 before that event takes place. I gotta come up with a name for that. I gotta come up with a name for that event. I keep forgetting. Like I said, I'm just so freaking busy. It's not even funny. And so we got Quicksilver. So apparently Quicksilver had a daughter, which I completely forgot about. It was Magneto's grandchild. I completely forgot about that one. Apparently someone named Cortez, the name sounds familiar, kidnapped her. Cortez. Who was Cortez? I remember the name Cortez. I don't remember who he is. That should be him right there. Part 2, Blood Ties, Civil Disobedience. What? I don't know. That should be him right there, though. With, I'm assuming that's Quicksilver's daughter. She's wearing like a green outfit. That's why you can't see most of her. But then down here at the bottom, you've got a really nice shot of the X-Men going all the way across there. That's just a really cool shot right there. Because you get to see everybody together and whatnot. It's not like taking up the whole thing. They did a very good job with the size and placement and everything. They get the dialogue and whatnot. This is very much an art form. It really is. Because the pictures and the story and the dialogue, it all has to fit together and it has to flow from page to page. And it can get a little tricky, especially when you have a scene that's taking up both pages at the same time. This is not a single page shot. This is like, it's a double page. And they got to plan that out and whatnot, draw it, put it together. It's where, it looks good and it makes sense and the story flows. It is very much an art form. As much as a science. Boom, chakalaka. Okay, so Quicksilver he looks like he's, He's sitting in a chair. I'm not sure if it's an actual like wheelchair or if he's just I don't know if he's injured or if he's just needing to sit down maybe because he's watching it on a monitor. Cortez is worship our Lord Magneto. Okay, so he's a Magneto groupie. Okay. It's vaguely coming back to me. Like, it's been in 1993. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. It's in my cricket. No, come on. Yeah, one thing I've learned doing this is that it can take a minute for your voice to warm up. Especially, I'm a textbook introvert, so this type of thing is completely outside of my comfort zone, and it's taken some getting used to. Well, and I'm learning that blah 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 rambling on for hours on end. It's very different than being a textbook introvert. Let's put it that way. Boom chakalaka. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Because we got Magneto, boom, and he's sitting in some chair. They're in outer space, I think in Asteroid M or something like that. Colossus was with them. We got this guy. He looks familiar, but I can't remember who he is. Yeah, I don't remember who he is off the top of my head. So yeah, it looks like they're on an Asteroid M or something like that. I remember Colossus sort of joining forces with Magneto or something. I don't think, yeah, it wasn't very permanent. And yeah, there's just a lot going on. This Cortez guy, he's got Quicksilver's daughter, Magneto's granddaughter. He's acting like he's speaking for Magneto, but I'm not completely sure that he actually is. Yeah, it's always been an interesting dynamic in the X-Men world. Originally, it was created to reflect what happened in World War II, the Holocaust and whatnot. With Magneto, very specifically being he escaped one of the concentration camps as a child and lost his parents, and that's what sent him down his path into adulthood. And so that's. And it seems like the modern stuff has taken it in a completely different direction. Like the modern stuff has completely gotten away from the true roots of these titles and what they were actually created to represent, and and whatnot. And that's one of the biggest. Modern pop culture is such a hot mess, and that's why, because they don't care about the history of the characters. They don't care about what these characters actually stand for and whatnot. And they're just ruining our pop culture across the board. It's should be criminal if you ask me. And then we got Avengers Assemble making an appearance. Boom. You got the Vision there, who there's a lot of green and yellow is fairly close on the spectrum. You got War Machine. It looks like Hawkeye maybe. Yeah, they're doing something, fighting somebody. Not sure who that is. You got Scarlet Witch. Crystal. I think that's Crystal. Maybe. I think. The old one. The older costume and everything. Let's see here. Nick Fury's in there. S.H.I.E.L.D. at least. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s involved. It is a big event, let me tell you. And then boom, there's Captain America. One of my favorite comic book characters of all time. And it's difficult to say who my favorite of all time is, but I mean Captain America is definitely up there. The real Captain America, not some of the modern nonsense that they've been pushing. When I talk about comic books, I'm talking about from old, more than a decade ago, going back 2, 3, 4 decades. It's I've been a lifelong geek, and so yeah, when I talk about stuff like that, don't mistake it. I'm not talking about the modern trash that's out there nowadays. No. Okay, boom shakalaka. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm not reading. There's a lot of dialogue. I mean, an immense amount of dialogue along with the pictures. So there's a lot of stuff I'm just kind of glazing over and everything. There's a lot happening. Oh my gosh, Jiminy Cricket. And I mean, just panel after panel after panel. And there's just, this is not lazy art. I mean, there's panel after panel after panel. New stuff going on. It's very dynamic. It's not static. It's just one thing after another. Boom, 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 boom. You get different characters from different groups. I mean, this is a huge event, let me tell you. Because you got an artist that draws a title. They get used to drawing those characters. Boom, boom, boom. But then you throw in a whole bunch of other characters that maybe they've never drawn before or haven't drawn in a long time. And I mean, that's takes a mess amount out of it. But these guys, they weren't lazy. They didn't sit there and make one or two big old panels and call it a day. No, there's panel after panel after panel after panel. I mean, just look at this. Look at how many panels there are. And it's just like, and it's good artwork. It's good stuff. And what I've caught of the story, it's a pretty interesting story. And now these guys, who are they? I don't even know who they are. What? Wait a minute, who are these guys? They don't look terribly familiar. They're not really identifying these characters. I don't know who they are. I ain't got a freaking clue, man. Wait a minute, who's this? Wait a minute. Wait. Is this U.S. Agent? Hold on. Whoa. That's not Captain America. I think that's U.S. Agent. This might have been during the U.S. Agent period. Because that is definitely not Captain America's uniform. But it is very similar. And the character's in a lot of shadow. So it's everything's naturally dark. Not a lot of color to it. But U.S. Agent's costume, if I remember correctly, it was not as colorful. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a U.S. Agent right there. Surprise, surprise. Even U.S. Agent is getting in on the action if that's him, if that's who I think it is. Yeah, John Walker was U.S. Agent before he took over as Captain America. Being such a huge crossover, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that he's in there. And Jimmy Cricket, this artist was busy. Who was the artist on this? Andy Kubert. Wow. Kubert was very busy. Very busy. Jimmy Cricket, man. From what I can tell, what I can glean from it without reading it word for word, it's a pretty interesting story. There's a lot going on, a lot of build up to something, and then just the massive crossovers and stuff. And then so then we got the X-Men coming in. Nice, pretty half-page panel right there, shot of the X-Men, and then just all kinds of stuff going on. And it's just like, this is artwork right here. I mean, some of the stuff they got out there nowadays, it's literally drawn by somebody it might as well still be in grade school art class. It's just, don't even get me started on that. And then we got a nice little thing here. Marvel Comics bullpen bulletins. Just letters from the editor or whatever. An actual cartoon regarding the editor. Just a little light fun, poking fun. You got to keep the executives humble there. And hey, are you guys sure this is how you play dunk the exec? And they're dunking him into a well by the looks of it. Back in the day when the executives and whatnot, the people were on the show, they had a sense of humor. They had humility. It is not like that anymore. Let me tell you, it's not. It's a completely different industry, compared to what it was even just 10 or 15 years ago. Yeah, for those that don't know, might be new to the channel, new to the stream, I bailed on comic books back in 2012. It was a very tough decision, kind of heartbreaking if I'm being honest. And December 2013, I had a moment of weakness, last ditch act of desperation. I picked up 3 issues of the He-Man Master of the Universe comic book that was out. I mean, that was, like I said, I was done in 2012. 2013 was my last real purchase, act of desperation. But I mean, I was done. It was difficult. It was not easy. It was not easy to make that decision, and things have changed so much. Comic books used to be fun. They used to be fun, and this is a good example of it. Not just the comic book itself, but then you got these ads and stuff like that. The people that ran the company and whatnot, the comic book, they had a sense of humor, not only about the property but about themselves. And keep in mind, this is 1993, so yeah, Chris's Corner, whatever that is. This is very positive. It was a very positive environment. And I'm not talking about a woke SJW kind of way. I'm talking about a realistic, non-snowflake, non-safe space kind of way. It was a very fun, positive environment. These people, they worked hard. They, at least not overly, they weren't trying to push an agenda. They were just trying to create interesting, fun stories with interesting, fun characters. And it's completely different. Now, today's going to be all about X-Men. I've got four issues from the X-Men title and spanning 4 years. We're going from 93 to 97. So we're going to get the opportunity to get a look at the changes over the course of 4 years in one title here, X-Men. So far, I'm enjoying this one. This is 1993. 1993, November, issue number 26. So far, from what I can tell, it's actually a pretty good one. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of characters, a lot of art going on. And these are people that had a passion for their job. They loved what they did. Boom, they get a beautiful shot right there. Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and I think that's Crystal. And then is that Iron Machine in the back? And the Black Knight. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, he goes back a ways. And yeah, just really nice shot right there. This was a big crossover event. Like, holy cow, I'm seeing characters from all across the Marvel universe here, pretty much. And without reading it, especially being part 2 of 5, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. What? Hold on. Wait a minute. Who are they fighting? The Genosians are tired. People tired of the fight. So, yeah. So there was Genosha. So it looks like maybe they're fighting Genosha on the Genosian Island or something like that. I think that's what's going on. So then, all of a sudden, this blast comes out of nowhere, and it just obliterates the folks that they're fighting. And they're not trying to hurt these people, not trying to kill them at least. And this blast comes down and just literally just annihilates them, destroys them. It doesn't quite vaporize them. And it's that guy. Now, he was with Magneto. He looks familiar, but I don't remember who he is exactly. I don't remember. I don't remember the character. I vaguely remember the character. I don't remember anything about him. It's been a long time. I'm pretty sure he's the one that did it. And he's talking about his final... Okay, so yeah, I think it has something to do with Genosha, and they're looking to exterminate their mutant population or something like that. I think that's what's going on. Like, mutant genocide. I think that's what was going on. And that's why all of these groups are coming together on this. They got their different motivations and goals and whatnot. So they're all just converging on Genosha Island. And this guy comes in with a bang, and he's talking about how the country's mutant population needs to be saved. And then he's all, the time for Exodus has arrived. To be continued in Adventures West Coast number 101. Be there! Or B square. I added the B square part. And it's, boom. Very, Jimmy Cricket. Yeah, very powerful way to end that particular issue. And, okay, so yeah, I'm remembering bits and pieces about the whole Geonosian thing. Yeah, I'm going to be going through my collection. So hopefully I've got some more of these already bagged and boarded in there somewhere. And we can pick it up at some point and get more of the story and everything. But so far it is interesting. Even though it's part 2 of 5, I am intrigued by this one issue. And the artwork is great. It's not lazy artwork at all. I mean, there's so many characters. So many characters in this issue. And it's I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of work for an artist. If an artist is working on a single title and they're used to doing specific characters, and all of a sudden, boom, you've literally got like half the Marvel universe showing up in your title there. That has got to be quite the workout. Let me tell you. Boom, shakalaka. So there you have it. X-Men number 26. Boom. November of 1993. Blood Ties. Part 2 of 5. This is a crossover event with the Avengers. And there's a lot going on, let me tell you. They put a lot of work into this one, you can tell. And I just glancing through it, reading, giving it a cursory reading. It's an interesting story. I'm actually curious about the story, learning more about it, and seeing what started the whole thing and how it ended up. And that's one of the things I'm hoping to do in the future is pick up back issues. Like, I'm still figuring stuff out. I need to go through my collection. I need to recategorize and everything, make sure everything's reorganized, looking good. I got one box that needs to be replaced altogether, and I don't care. Nose itchy. Speaking of which, I did forget something. I got a little distracted with the whole microphone thing. So yeah, being a geek, comic book collector, there are people out there that collect for financial reasons, and while that is an aspect of collecting, that is not the motivation as to why I collect comic books. I collect comic books because I'm a geek, an authentic, original geek and gamer, and it's been in my blood since as far back as I can remember. I collect for the passion, for the joy, the pleasure of reading comic books. That's it. Yeah, I try to take care of them because I'm not stupid. I know they could potentially be worth something. I want to take good care of them, but I also want to take good care of them so that I can read them again at a later date and hopefully maybe even pass them on to somebody someday. I can't do that if they're in bad condition. So bagging, boarding, boxing, it's all part of the hobby. And yeah, so I do need to go through categorize, recatalog everything. Make sure everything's in good condition. If I need to replace bags and boards. One of the things I would like to do in the future of House of G is pick up back issues and like story arcs like this. We got Blood Ties, part 2 of 5. Well, what about 1, 3, 4, and 5? I don't know. I might have them. I might not. I don't know. If I don't have them, I would actually like to get them and complete the story arc. That would be really cool, in my opinion. So that if I can make that happen, it's going to be in the future of House of G. Picking up back issues and finishing these stories. That would be it's not something I ever even thought about before. Now I got this opportunity, hopefully, and yeah, that's going to be a thing. So, all right. So now is the bag and board part. Yeah, you put the corner in there and it generally slides in pretty easy. Yeah, if you're not trying to talk on the microphone at the same time. Get in there. It doesn't want to cooperate. but trust me, it works like 99% of the time. All right, so we got the back of the board in there. Boom, boom, boom. And then for those that are not used to collecting comic books, you take the binder side corner, slide it in first, and then the rest of it should slide in as smooth as butter. It helps prevent the page side, the part that opens. It helps to prevent it from catching on the board and damaging the pages. It's just it's one of those tricks you pick up when you're a collector and a reader, just a geek in general. Boom, check lock, fold the flat down, boom. Here we go. Yes, X-Men number 26, Blood Ties 205, bagged and boarded, ready for storage. And let me tell you, this is a good one. I liked it. Man, I'm hoping I got the rest of them. If I don't, I'm hoping maybe I can get them at some point. As I was saying, so you get the board, bags and everything. I came across some pretty nice boxes from BCW. Not a paid sponsorship, even though it would be nice if it was. And let me show you real quick what I'm working with here. Just don't take that the wrong way. Okay, so we got Transformers. More than meets the eye. This is the IDW version, but they look pretty nice at least. I don't know about the stories. Didn't really have a chance to read them. This thing's about full, so yeah, it's pretty well full at this point. We're not done yet. Oh, on the side it does have Optimus Prime with the Spark of Life. And I did work out right before the stream, so I'm a little wiped right now. Let's put it that way. And so then on the cover here we got Optimus Prime, Clinging Clock, Up One, Megatron, Autobots roll out, Decepticons deceive. It's just too cool for school. It just adds another dimension to collecting and everything. It's just really cool to have. So even if you're not reading your comic books, wherever they're sitting in the boxes, and you got something nice to look at, Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, so there we go. Boom Chakalaka, X-Men 26, Blood Ties 205, ready for storage. And there you have it. Okay, so let's go move on to the next one. Now, this one is, let's see. That was issue 26. This is X-Men issue number 41, February of 1995, 2 years later. X-Men, To All Things, an Ending. February 1995, issue 41. Yes, this is like a couple of years later. Now, the last issue was 1993. And somewhere around 95, 96, Marvel and DC, and the comic books in general, but very much at the forefront, Marvel and DC, they took a weird turn. Very weird turn. So we're going to take a look at this. This is Andy Kubert. Wait a minute. Andy Kubert, well, he did the cover at least. He drew the cover. Oh, wow. Okay, so... hold on. Hold on. Whoa, hold on. Fabian Nicieza is the writer. Wait a minute, who's the writer on that last one? Wait a minute, who did write this? Hold on. So Kubert is the artist for both of these 2 years apart. Hold on. That name, that writer for the second one, I don't even recognize that name. Who's the writer on this one? That's the same guy, Fabian. Okay. So this guy, the guy that wrote this, Fabian Nicieza, I don't know how to pronounce it. He wrote this one and the one we're about to get into, which is 2 years after the fact. This is pertinent information, folks. Let me tell you. Come on. Hair on the back of the board. I don't know where it even came from. Yeah. I'm sure it has nothing. I'm sure it didn't come from my beard or mustache. There's no way. Check a look. So then we got, a couple years later, X-Men 41, same guys, Kubert, and then this Oh man, what was his name? I don't even recognize it. I don't recognize the name at all. Yeah, to all things and ending. Legion Quest Part 4. That looks pretty bad for Professor X. And you got Magneto. They were friends for a long time. They were such close friends. They were practically brothers. Clearly, there's something big going on here. And now I want to point something else out. So it's the same guys, same writer, same artist. 2 years after the part. It's 95, 96. That's when things got weird. So we're going to see what's going on with this one and see if there's anything story-wise. I want to point this out real quick. The paper quality, the ink quality is way better. Something happened, folks, around 94, 95. All of a sudden, the quality of the materials for comic books, skyrocketed. There's a whole other level. And, that doesn't just happen. Something goes on with the economy or something. Something went on in America. That impacted us nationwide. And all of a sudden, boom, we got this high quality stuff going on. It's very glossy, shiny, very colorful. The colors are pretty vibrant, especially compared to the last issue. The same thing, not just the cover, the inside too, the internal pages, high quality stuff. I'm not talking about the artwork, just the paper and the ink, and the artwork is solid artwork. But it's just the paper and the ink itself is just a whole nother level. Now, this one's actually in pretty good condition. It's got a tiny little crease along the binding side, so it's not near mint. But overall, it's in great condition. It's better condition than it has any right to be. Like I said, the ink and the paper are just top notch, and it raises some questions. This is early 1995. Okay, so let's take a look at the story, see if there's anything distinctly different. Let's find out here. Starts off, you got a nice front page with some of the X-Men there. Bishop, Iceman, Psylocke, and Storm. This cannot be happening. Dun dun dun. Boom boom boom. But I don't know what's happening exactly. Okay, Legacy. Wait a minute. Or Legion Quest. Stan Lee sadly presents the final fate of the X-Men. Dreams die. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Stan Lee sadly presents. Usually he probably presents. This time he sadly presents. Something going on. This guy, he looks kind of like Aquaman almost. But I'm not sure. That's obviously not him. I'm not sure who he is. But then there's this dude. He looks familiar. I think he's supposed to be Legion. Legion might have been Xavier's son or something. I'm not sure. Who was Legion? I remember Legion. I don't remember anything about him. I remember he's supposed to be pretty powerful. But then, Jimmy Cricket. Man, there's so much stuff that went on. So much stuff I've just straight up forgotten. It's holy cannoli. It's kind of incredible when you think about it. And they say, I've forgotten more in my life than you will ever know. Let's put it that way. It used to be a popular saying, at least among the our elders, speaking to the whippersnappers. I guess I'm kind of getting to that point where I can start using it truthfully. Boom shakalaka. Let's see. Yeah, so there's just a lot. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there's still a good amount of artwork. It's panel to panel. Now, keep in mind, this is not one of those major crossovers where we got a bunch of different superhero groups coming together. So it's more focused on the X-Men and everything. Who is that? I don't who is this? I don't even know who that guy is. That guy is supposed to be Legion, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really say at this point. I think they actually went back in time a little bit trying to prevent that battle from happening, and then Man, there's just a lot going on. It's not as busy as that huge Bloodlines crossover, but there's a good amount going on, and the artwork is pretty top notch. If you take a look at it here, yeah, so you got the big old panels. You know, there's very dynamic scenes. It's not like a bunch of copy and paste nonsense. There's a lot of stuff happening in between, you know, on each panel. And you know, there's a nice shot of Storm coming in, very very classic, iconic of that character. And yeah, it's art. It's really good artwork. That's a lot of comic book ads. And then what is this? Wait a minute, what? Lalandra. Who was Lalandra? I remember the name. I remember that Lalandra. Was she one of those alien chicks? I think she was. I don't remember the details. Was Lalandra the alien chick from the Guardians in the Galaxy movie? I think it was the second one. The one with the Adam Warlock's like coffin sarcophagus thing. I want to say that's her, but I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, I mean, it just kind of it looks like her. Lalandra, is that alien chick? The alien queen chick? I think that's her. I think that's the same one. I think. I'd have to look it up to make sure, but. Oh, and this is the time of Archangel. After he freed himself from not Apocalypse. Apocalypse is DC, right? The other one. Wait a minute. Oh no, yeah, I've got his face in my. I guess. Oh, how am I blanking on that? I'm brain farting. I've got his face in my head. Not Dark. Oh no, it is Apocalypse. Yeah, I was thinking Darkseid for a second. Yeah, Apocalypse. So this is a post-apocalypse Archangel, by the looks of it. Before he got his wings back, his real wings. Oh my lord, it's been a long time. We're jogging down memory lane. We're taking a trip down, you know, pathways that I haven't traveled in a long time. So it's taken a second to reconnect some of those neurons and synapses. Oh, and speak of the devil, boom! Here is the big guy himself, Apocalypse. The real Apocalypse, not the more recent Holly weirdo version of Apocalypse. The real one, the authentic comic book Apocalypse. Oh, Jimmy Cricket. So apparently he's involved in this somehow. Yeah, I think that's Legion. The other guy, I don't know who the other guy is. Is that Cable? Wait a minute, is that Nathan? Wait a minute, hold on. Or Magnus? Wait a minute, is that Magneto? No, wait, who? Magnus? Wait, what? Jimmy Cricket. I've forgotten so much, it's not even funny. Jimmy Cricket. So there's Legion, and this Legion guy. Man, I am blanking on his origins. So there's the Legion guy. He had that funky haircut, the tall flat top. And then that's Magnus, who I think was originally thought to be Magneto's clone or something. I don't know if he's a clone or from a parallel universe. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, but they're fighting it out. And I don't know, Magnus, aka Magneto, I think. And apparently this Legion guy is powerful enough to take on Magneto, the Master of Magnetism, who is considered a pretty powerful mutant. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened. It's been so long that I'm rusty on it. And at this point, it's wait a minute, hold on. Is that Iceman, or is that like some sort of hybrid between Iceman and Wolverine? Because I mean, it looks like it's obviously got to be Iceman, but then he's got like this Wolverine Logan look to him, like that hair. That's Wolverine's hair. Like, what is going on with this? I'm confused. I mean, that looks like kind of hard to see it, but it looks like Wolverine merged with it's like he absorbed Iceman's powers or something. What is going on with this? Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that? Wait a minute. That might actually be him. That might actually be Wolverine. No, no, no. She says Bobby. She calls him Bobby. He's talking about more power, better control over my abilities. Something happened with him. Apparently, he got a power boost. I missed something. Even back in the day, I missed something. Yeah, it looks like so. That is Bobby, aka Iceman, and apparently, yeah, somehow he picked up a power boost, and he's learning these new abilities, the new limits of what he can do and whatnot. I missed that one. Holy Jimmy Cricket. Holy moly. So he takes a shot at. Yeah, he takes a shot at Legion there, and he freezes every single molecule of water within that Legion's body, and that can be pretty devastating to a normal human body. Something. Okay, so this Legion guy, he's got it in for Magnus, aka Magneto, and I mean, he's calling him like a monster or stuff like that. Yeah, there's something going on with this guy. I don't remember the details. It actually makes me want to pick up the other issues and find out more about what's going on here. So yeah, this is 1995. The start of 1995. They've got the paper and the ink. So the paper and the ink have come into play. But the writing, it's the same guys from 1993. Same writer, same artist. So far, it's a pretty good story. So this must be before things, either this is right before things really started getting wonky with these companies, or this title was so big at the time that they were hesitant to mess with it right away, and it requires more research. Oh, hello. Wait, what the what? Is that... Wait a minute. So I think I think Professor X is still paralyzed. But apparently he taps into his powers, like he uses every ounce of his psychic abilities to move himself as if he could still walk or something. And so Legion is about to lobotomize Magneto. And he's forming like this Psyblade type thing, a la Psylocke. Professor X taps into his ability, the deepest recesses of his abilities, is able to move himself in the way and takes the blow. Boom, right? I'm just right in the noggin. And so, he saves Magneto, but at what cost? At what price? Oh, hello. What the what? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, so, yeah, I think I remember that. Vaguely. Apparently Professor X sort of died. Sort of. And this is the moment where he sort of died. And because right here, there's an ad for Professor X Memorial Service for another universe comic shop in Springfield Mall, Virginia, back in 1995. So apparently they knew this was coming and actually set up a memorial service. Kind of reminds me of when the Death of Superman thing. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. So they pretty much did the same thing for Professor X. And yeah, he takes the shot. He takes the blow to the head. Hold on here. So apparently this takes place in the past. Like these X-Men went into the past to stop a fight or something, and it looks like it just went horribly wrong. And wow, yeah, there's just something major going on here. I mean, some bits and pieces are coming back to me, but it's like, shit, there's some stuff. So, you know, he takes the shot and it kills him, apparently. And there's just this, there are two realities at this point, and they merge, they get wiped out, merged together. Pretty major event. Like, holy cannoli. And yeah, there's obviously more going on here that's not explained in this. This is Legion Quest, part 4 of 4. So I am actually very intrigued. I actually want to get the other 3 if I don't have them already, somewhere in my collection. And yes, it's the X-Men are doing what they're doing because they know what's coming and they're trying to stop it. And obviously they failed. So there they are. I think this is the like present day X-Men. And the wave is coming. They know that, you know, reality is about to be wiped out. There's Rogue and Gambit. They had a thing going back in the day. So they take that one last moment of existence. Now, I'm not into romance crap. I'm a guy. I'm a masculine type dude. I'm not into the romance stuff. When that's the focus of it. When you got these moments, and it's like it's a very fitting moment. It fits the story, and it does hit you. Boom! It's like, wow, whoa, okay. So it's like, but then it's over. You know, it's done and it's over. It's not. I don't need to drag out for like, 20 pages. I'm just saying. But it was a good shot right there. That was a good moment right there. It's like life is ending. It's like, okay, we're gonna take this moment. One last kiss. Boom. And then they cease to exist. And this thing, it's some sort of crystalline wave that destroys their entire reality. And there's also, life goes on. Like, a lot of stuff's been going on while they're doing this mission. But then, like, everything's literally just frozen in that moment before being utterly destroyed. It was a pretty big event. Yeah, it's it's a pretty big event when your entire reality is destroyed. What can I say? So, yeah, and then, everything is shattered at the last second. And then at the end, there's the end, question mark. Come on, camera, play nice. Oh, stupid camera. Yeah, but, it says the end with a question mark. So it's like, what happens after this? I don't know. But obviously, it's not quite over yet. So there you have it. That is To All Things an Ending, X-Men Legion 4 of 4, Legion Quest. February issue 41, 1995. So the paper and the ink quality is pretty fantastic, and surprisingly so. For $2. Even back in the day, $2. Hold on, how much was this one? Okay. So this one was $1.25. 1993 November. 1993 November, $1.25. And then you got February 95, that's a year and a half later-ish, $1.95. So in a year and a half, the price went up quite a bit, along with the quality of the paper and the ink. So that's a pretty good amount of inflation, if that's... Or is it because of the quality of the paper and the ink that made it go up? I'm curious about that. Like, what were the actual factors in the price increase? That's a significant increase, especially in just a year and a half. We're talking like, was it 70-cent increase? Holy crap. That's a lot. Wow. But there you have it. Yeah, so it was actually a pretty good story from what I saw in this one issue. 4 of 4, so there's 3 issues preceding it. Got no idea what's going on with them. I'd have to read them, see exactly what we missed and everything. But by and large, it's a pretty solid X-Men story, from what I can tell. And it's an epic. It's freaking epic. It's the entire reality is destroyed in the end. I can't get a whole lot more epic than that, let me tell you. Point being, though, I did enjoy it from what I saw. I didn't read it word for word, page for page. I'll get to that at some point, hopefully in the not too distant future. but it was good from what I saw. So I was curious about that because it's the very start of that 1995-96 time frame when things got really weird in comic books, especially the mainstream big companies. And these are the same. It's the same artist, same writer from a year and a half before. So it was great. It's gratifying to see it, at least at that point, they were still cranking out good stuff. And we're going to be jumping into the next issue. Actually takes us forward to 1997, and I'm very curious to see what's going on with this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and boom, 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 get this bag and board it and ready for storage. Slides in as smooth as butter, boom, chakalaka. Come to find out, there's an actual bird that is called a chakalaka. I had no idea. Saw a picture. It's actually called the regular chakalaka. So I'm curious as to what the boom chakalaka looks like. I would like to find out someday. That's like Google that after this run. Right. There we go. Ooh, doggy. So it was, I think, 41. X-Men 41. This is a very interesting stream because we got 4 issues of the same title spread out over, what was it, 4 years? So this will hopefully give us a pretty good look at that window of time in comic books in general. Now, yeah, so that was February 1995. Now we're jumping ahead to January of 1997. January of 1997. X-Men number 60. I don't know how well you can actually see that there, though. Okay, there we go. You can pretty much see that, I think. Ambushed. Let's get Storm. You got Cyclops. Something going on there. Some sort of ambush dealio. Now, the artwork is pretty solid on the cover. From what I can tell. No, the cover. Okay. The cover is pretty high quality. The cover and the ink. It might not be quite as high quality as the last one from 95. And then you open it up and the paper is very much a lower quality paper. And the ink, it's still pretty good. The artwork is top notch. There's something, it's not glossy like the previous one was on the glossy side. Oh man, it's definitely a downgrade. Let's put it that way. It's not a huge downgrade, but it's definitely a downgrade. Like I said, they lost the glossy factor. Still some nice ink. The paper is definitely lower quality. It's not like glossy paper. It's more just regular flat paper, matte, flat. I'm not a professional artist, so. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this one and check out the story and whatnot. The condition's really good. It's not quite near mint, but it's in shockingly good condition. I want to give you another bit of a time frame. So this is came out about the same time as Independence Day. The video invasion hits home. I guess is the video. Wait a minute, is that the video release? Why does it say the video invasion hits home? It says November 22nd, but this might be just based on the text. I guess this is the video VHS release, November 22nd. Okay. Which is weird because this is the January issue of the X-Men. So, okay, I guess it's just advertised after the fact. But no, it's just a nice little snapshot of what was going on that year. Let's take a look at the story here. So she's having a moment. She's by herself late at night. And it seems to be a moment of humility for her. There's Storm. Now it's actually a really nice image, picture of her. Really nice drawing of her. She looks very feminine, very womanly, very attractive looking in this panel. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she looks very attractive there. And she's having a moment of humility. She's reminding herself that she is not a goddess, that she is in fact just a mutant. Because her origin, she came from Africa. She was worshipped as a goddess, like a weather goddess. But after Professor X took her in and everything and taught her about what she really was, you know, being a mutant and all that stuff, she's just reading this panel right here, glancing over it at least, she's learning some humility regarding her existence, which is actually a pretty nice touch and a little surprising considering this is 1997. Okay, so actually, who wrote in? Or who's the? Hold on, Scott. Okay, Scott Lobdell did the story on this one. Guest pencils, Cedric Nokon. So these are two. This is a completely different team from the previous two issues from 95 and 93. So the artwork is definitely different. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that is a nice looking Storm. Holy cannoli! I'm not gonna lie, that is a nice looking Storm. Dude did a very good job of drawing her. Let me tell you. And something. Okay, so Cyclops is there all of a sudden. What is going on? Oh, so apparently Cyclops is the one doing the ambush. Interesting. But she pulls this jumping like flip maneuver, and it gives you a really nice image of her. Jam McCreary. I mean, this dude could draw. Holy cow! It's just the only shocking thing about it is the fact that it's 1997, 95, 96. There's some weird stuff. It's pretty much the beginning, as far as I can tell, it was the beginning of the true woke era. It was, not as in your face and heavy as it is now, but it was there. It was the true seeds of it were in that time frame. And I mean, there were little hints of it before that, but the weird stuff, the really weird stuff, around 95, 96, that was when I'm starting to think that's when the woke era, the seeds of it were truly planted at that time. That's what I'm starting, the conclusion I'm working my way towards. And yeah, so Cyclops is he's referring to her as the daughter of the King of Thieves. I don't know why. What is going on here? Hold on, wait, give me a second. Hold on here. Hold on, whoa. Okay, so apparently there's somebody named Chandra. The name's not ringing a bell. She's got some sort of like psychic, telekinetic, telepathic abilities. She mind controlled him. She took him over somehow. And she's, controlling Cyclops. I don't know how she managed that. He's a pretty strong old guy, so I don't know. And then you get another really nice shot of Storm. Like, dude, that is one nice looking Storm. Let me tell you, I like that. I'm not saying I'm never, Storm's always been a decent character to me. I know there's some people that just love her. She's been a good character. I've never been like a Storm groupie, you could say. But holy cannoli, dude. I mean, that's a nice. I do have a little bit of an issue where, I just noticed, kind of a weird haircut. So I just noticed this. Most of her hair is actually pretty cut short, except for 2 long strands in the front. Now, from a strictly visual standpoint, it's pretty striking. It kind of works, like if you don't realize it at first, but it's definitely odd once it really sinks in what you're looking at. Now, overall, it's a great image of Storm, but that haircut is just kind of odd. The artist is trying to. This is the impression I'm getting. The artist is trying to give her a traditional feminine look, which by and large he does very well. Just look at the rest of her, dude. I mean, that's very feminine, very womanly. Very nice looking overall. But then you get to the hair. It always starts with the hair, folks. It always starts with the hair. That is one pattern I've been able to lock down. It always starts with the hair, as you can see right here. I mean, that is a very attractive woman, by and large. But then you look at the hair, and it's just so weird, because you get two bunches of hair that's very long, very feminine, but then the rest of it is just chopped right off. This is the impression I'm getting. So he's trying to convey the traditional feminine look of a woman, while at the simultaneously trying to work in that boy's haircut. Like I said, it always starts with there. It always starts with there. And it grows from there. Look at the most recent incarnation of She-Hulk, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not getting into that because it's going to just rile me up, and I'm not looking to get riled up right now. I just freaking cricket, man. So, yeah. 1997. So like I was saying, some around 95, 96, something happened. Comic books took a weird turn. Now, Storm is an old. She's been around a while. I don't think she's not one of the original X-Men, but she's at this point especially, she's pretty well cemented into the team. And up until now, at least, she's always had long hair. Just long, flowing hair. That one's got nothing. Okay. I think, yeah, there should have been. Let me pull this out real quick. So this is the one from February 1995. February 1995. Like, you can tell right there. She's got, just look at that hair. A full head of long flowing hair. That is Storm. And that's a nice looking Storm. That is also a nice looking Storm. Don't get me wrong. Different artist, but a very nice looking Storm. And then we come to 1997, this particular issue. Strange hair, a very nice looking Storm overall, in general. Except the hair. Something weird going on with the hair. So this is a great example of what I'm talking about. 95, 96, stuff started taking the turn. This is a different artist, different writer from the previous two issues. And here's what I'm getting. So X-Men was too big of a title for them to push it fast. They decided, at least so far, just with these issues right here now, this is only a snapshot of those this 4-year time frame. It's only a snapshot. This is what I'm going off of right now. X-Men was such a big title. Somebody was smart enough to know that they couldn't push it all at once. They had to do it in increments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the modern day X-Men. What they did to Jean Grey. Tasty. Jean Grey. Cyclops. And Wolverine. If you want to know where I'm going with this, that's exactly where I'm going. That is the final destination. And this is where it started. Around, at the very least 1997, if not sooner. I'll have to see what I got in my collection. See if I've got more, if I might need to pick up some back issues. But at the very least, 1997 is where it began. So that is a nice looking Storm. Until you take a closer look and you realize that they butchered her hair. Now, they did it in a way that it's very deceiving. It's very deceiving. I didn't notice it at first because it's got that it does have that flowing aspect from those two bunches of hair on either side. So it was tricky, but very sneaky, very deliberate. That is deliberate right there. He's maintaining that feminine female look while slipping in that boyish haircut under the radar. Honestly, it's insidious, if you ask me. It's just straight up insidious. Because they're trying to... It's a form of brainwashing, folks. You know the old expression about the frog. You put the frog in the pot of water and you very slowly turn up the heat in small increments to where it supposedly doesn't notice that its water's getting hotter and hotter and it's being boiled to death. It's the same principle. Now that saying that it's a flawed one because they've actually done experiments on it. They put the frogs in the water and slowly turn up the heat, and the frogs eventually jumped out before they boiled to death. So it's actually a very flawed conclusion because it's not accurate. And here's the thing: people are smarter than frogs. I noticed this stuff a long time ago. 2012. I left the comic book field. I left it. I saw it coming a mile away. I was one of the ones that caught it early. And I just couldn't take it. 2012. That's when I made the decision. Very tough decision. Comic books have been there my entire life. I've been a fan, a geek my entire life. It was such a tough decision, you have no idea. And this is why. It was crap like this. It just kept getting worse and worse. And this is where it started. You get a very beautiful, very feminine, very womanly Storm. Until you take a closer look. And you can see they just butchered her hair. They chopped it right off. Left you that little token bunch of hair to give the illusion of femininity. When in reality, it's a very boyish haircut. There's only one reason to do that, folks. There's only one reason to do that. It's not because it's edgy. It's not because it's attractive. It's not attractive. That is not attractive. There's only one reason to do it. It's to pull bait and switch. It's to inoculate you, to indoctrinate you, to brainwash you. So they can push it further and further until you have the modern day She-Hulk. And this is where it began. There's that 95, 96 time frame. Comic books took a hard turn. This is 97, early 97. January. Barely out of 96. This is where it began, folks. This is where the woke. This is where the woke really started to take over. We're painting a picture here, folks, on the House of G, and it's a picture I was not expecting. It just literally just stumbled right into it. Wow. I was expecting something, and honestly, that's not quite what I was expecting. Because, like I said, I mean, that's just, I can't get over it. I honestly can't. Taking a look at modern comic books, that is such a nice looking Storm. But then you take a closer look at her hair, and it's just like, what is that? And then you realize this is where it began. This is where the books truly began in earnest. Remy Breve. Oh my God, I made it. I'm glad you made it. I'm not sure. I think you missed last week, and I wasn't sure you're gonna make it this week. I hope you're doing good. I'm sure you've been busy. It is June, rolling into July. There, we got the summer going on. So, how you doing there, Remy? How you been? Just doing a cricket. Yeah, I wish you were here at the start because my mic wasn't working. It took me about, I think about 7 to 8 minutes to figure out that the sound wasn't going through. Fortunately, I don't think anybody was watching at that point, so hopefully, what a week I was having. Yeah, hey, yeah, it's I saw a couple of things on your Facebook and stuff, and now, yeah. I'm sure you've been quite busy. Good, Mrs. Well, I'm glad you missed it because that makes me feel better. It's like, you're the only regular I've got there, Remy, and people pop in a little bit, but not much. So it's like sometimes I really, the whole tagline of House of G is speaking into the void. That's literally what I'm doing half the time. Speaking into the void. It's nice to know somebody's out there listening. It's I'm doing this for myself as much as anybody else, but it's good to know somebody's interested in what's going on here. and this has been interesting. It's been very interesting. So if you get the chance, you should watch the rest of it after the stream's over, because I'm going over 4 issues of X-Men. 4 issues of X-Men, same title, X-Men, over a 4-year period between 93 and 97. We're just getting to the good stuff. It's getting illuminating. This is like my fun time. Woo, 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 woo. It's like, that's exactly the kind of thing the streamers like to hear. This is somebody's fun time, because that's what it's all about there, Remy. I appreciate it. It's like, yeah, I'm still tweaking the format and everything. I'm like, I did a couple last week. I did the Boba Fett short story, before rolling into the comic books, and that was a fun one, because the story was really good. But then the 2 weeks before that, I was doing the whole drama with Doomcock DVD, Overlord ED, and the Geeks and Gamers crew. That mess. Like, it's stuff that needs to be talked about, but at the same time, it's like it kind of drags you down. So it's like, I'm trying to, at least right now, I'm trying to focus more on just geeking out and having fun as much as possible. So I'm still working on the format. I'm probably going to touch on stuff here and there outside of what I'm doing with the collection and everything. But yeah, I think I'm just going to try and focus on just geeking out at this point. And there's going to be the commentary, the contrast and stuff like that. This has been an interesting one, let me tell you. Like Jimmy Crit, this has been an interesting one. It's a great example of what we've been talking about and stuff. And your kid loved Fett character and backstory. Cool. Well, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, just totally check out the last stream then. At least the first part. That's what I was talking about. It was the Boba Fett story of how he survived and escaped the Sarlacc. And it was a short story in an anthology, which I think is why a lot of people missed it. Like, when Boba Fett appeared on The Mandalorian, the internet blew up with like, wait a minute, how is Boba Fett still alive? Nobody seemed to know how he survived the Sarlacc, but it was right there. I don't have the book on me. It's on my bookshelf. It's right there in the book, Tales from Jabba's Palace, short story anthology. It's a great story. It's a short story, but it's a great story. And as far as I'm concerned, it's canon. So especially if your kid loves Fett and his backstory, you should totally check out that last week's House of G. It's the first part. The first segment is about Boba Fett and how he survived and escaped the Sarlacc. I highly recommend it. Oh, chakalaka. Yeah, main channel. I mean, just there's so much stuff going on with the main channel. So yeah, you've had a busy week and stuff like that. You're not the only one. It's been absolutely crazy on my end. It's just oh my gosh. So, I think for the foreseeable future, I'm going to try and keep this as geeky and fun as possible. We're going to be digging. We're going to be doing the deep dive. We're going to be doing the pop culture archaeology and all that. It's going to be part of it, but I'm going to try and focus on just, keeping it more, geeky and stuff than the drama and whatnot. But like I said, this has been a good one. If you get the chance, you should watch it from the beginning. 4 issues of X-Men, the same title, X-Men. Over a 4-year period between 93 and 97. Now we've pretty much locked this down at this point. 95, 96, something happened. Comic books, especially Marvel and DC, they took a hard turn into Weirdosville. And the evidence just keeps piling up. And this right here is it's been a beautiful example of it. First 2 issues, the first issue was 1993, the second issue was 1995, like the very start of 1995. The artist and the writer were the same guys. They were a team for a couple of years, apparently, at least. They were actually pretty good issues. And then we get into this one, January 1997. I'm just getting started with it. It's like the tail end of 90. So it was published in January 97, but it was written and drawn like late 1996. And so far it's actually pretty good. But I did catch something. I was expecting something, I just didn't know what. And I didn't know how severe it would be. So let me show you real quick if you missed it. This is Storm. Look at this. January of Yeah, January of 1997. Look at the storm. That is a beautiful storm right there. That is a very well drawn storm. Now there, you know, she's got, you know, a very feminine, womanly body with the long flowing hair. At least it looks like a long flowing hair. It's a beautifully drawn storm character, which I was actually pretty surprised by. I honestly wasn't expecting that. Same thing. And you go through, you get the pages, boom. Just very well drawn. Like, very well. I'm shocked at how well drawn the storm is, because this is the start of 1997. And then we get to this one here. Okay, so now that I think about it, there's actually 2 points. First of all, Cyclops has been mind controlled by some woman named Chandra, and I don't know who that is. She's not ringing the bell. So, point number 1, Cyclops, he was too mentally weak to fend off this woman. I don't know who she is, what her exact abilities are, but they clearly include telepathy and stuff like that. So now, back in the day, I probably didn't think twice about it. 30 years of hindsight, I'm seeing something else here. Yeah, I think what they're going for is that Cyclops is just a dumb man, weak-minded man, taken over by a female telepath or something like that, to the point where he would actually try to kill Storm. It's a pretty significant message. Like I said, back in the day, I probably didn't think twice about it. It's like it didn't. Comic books still hadn't, you know, they weren't like they are today. Let's put it that way. So it was easier for them to slide the stuff under the radar. But now, 30 years later, with all that experience, life experience, comic book experience, I'm seeing it. I've seen it for what it really is. So first of all, first point, Cyclops is a weak-minded fool that can be taken over by a woman. You know, and then point number 2. So you do have this nice-looking storm, very well drawn, very attractive storm. But then this is where I really noticed it. So she's got the long flowing hair on either side of her head, but the rest of her hair is completely chopped off. This is a very mixed signal image, very confusing image, because it's like your first instinct when you're looking at it is like, wow, it's a nice looking storm. But then the longer you look at it, and the more you realize something's off about it, and it's because she's got a very weird haircut with the hair chopped off. Now, from 1995, she had long flowing hair, a full head of long hair. Nice looking storm. Now, 99% of her is a nice looking storm, except that she's got the boy's haircut mixed with the stuff going on. Honeypot. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. That's exactly what's going on. Brainwashing. They're brainwashing people, trying to transition them from this to the crap we got today. It's been a 30-year brainwashing transition, and this is where it started. We're locking it down, Remy. We're locking it down. The evidence is piling up. 95, 96, and I also talked about the quality of the paper and the ink in what was it? The 1995 issue was November 1995, right before 96. High quality paper, high quality ink. $1.25. $1.20. No. Wait, no, it's $1.95. $1.95. 1993 is $1.25. Lower quality paper, lower quality ink. The artwork was still great writing. Completely different paper and ink. Much higher price. Now, January 1997. The cover is still pretty high quality, but slightly diminished, not by much. And the paper, the ink is still pretty good. The paper is lower quality than the previous year, 96. And it's not glossy like the previous year was. And it actually went up $1.99. So it actually went up 4 cents within a year. Something going on here. There's definitely something going on here. And so 95, 96, comic books took a turn. It took a hard turn into this weird place. Paper quality, ink quality skyrocketed. Price went up. And it looks like possibly 97, it dropped back. The quality dropped down, but the price still went up. only four. It might have only gone up 4 cents. But if you're dropping the quality of the paper and the ink, you expect the price to drop with it. That's not the case. At least not with the X-Men here. We're painting a picture here, Remy. We're getting it locked in. 95, 96, something happened. And then 97. Now X-Men was such a big title, I don't think they could pull that bait and switch stuff like that blatantly. They had to sneak it in there, and that's exactly what they did with this issue. They slipped it in. They snuck it in. It was very subtle. At the time, it was very subtle. 28 years of hindsight, it's very blatant and obvious. But back in the day, it was very subtle. I didn't even notice, like the hair. I did not notice until after I looked at this panel like 2 or 3 times, and that's when it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute, something's not right here. It took me a minute, even with 28 years of experience. It took me a minute to realize what I was looking at. Probably printed in China with China ink and paper. I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering about that, Remy, because you brought up the fact that there was like trade stuff going on. It sounded like some trade doors were opened or something, and I'm wondering about that now. But then 97, the quality drops. Not crazy amount of, not a huge drop, but the quality drops and the price goes up, which is like, wait, how does that work? That's not how. It's something going on. There's something going on, Remy. I'm very curious to explore it further. But I think we're definitely onto something here. Right around 96, 97 is when the woke agenda really started to plant those seeds and take over. Some like the seed, there was okay, maybe more so. The seeds were planted prior to 95, 96, but there was a catalyst in 95, 96 where those seeds were finally starting to able to take root and start to take over. I think that's where we're getting at here. I think that's what we're looking at here. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. I didn't think we'd ever be able to lock it down like that. I think that's exactly what's going on. We're locking it down. So we've got a starting point, Remy. We've got a starting point. Anybody else that's watching? I've been doing this for 3 months now, and it's been an interesting journey to say the least, and we've been learning some stuff. And I'm telling you right now, I am very confident to say that 95, 96, something happened in the world of comic books, and it was directly connected to larger real world events. Something happened here, folks. 95, 96. And this is where they took a very well-established character like Storm, and they started messing with her. A brainwashing bait and switch type of deal. Still very attractive overall, but that haircut, that is where they always begin, is with the hair. It's the easiest thing to mess with, where people are less likely to say something or even care. And this is a very well done. What's the word for it? Not a red herring, but I'm not sure what the word is for it. Whoa, easy on that particular hairdo. Haha, I had one like it. But it helped in competing in a man's world to look less like a woman. Remy, you're proving my point with that statement. That's exactly what I'm getting at. First of all, don't take it as a personal attack, because it's not what it is. I'm going to say things that people are going to... I'm not here to say the popular thing. I'm not here to blow smoke up people's skirts. I'm not here to tell them what they want to hear. I'm here to tell them my point of view, my experience, based on my experiences and what I see with my own 2 eyes. If that offends people, that's their problem. It's not meant to. It's not a personal attack on anybody. I also try to dress less feminine, to be harassed less. Now, here's your Remy. Like I said, this is not a personal attack. what you're talking about right now, what you're saying, is proving my point. It's exactly what I'm getting at. They're taking these characters and okay, good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. You'd be surprised. No, I've had people that, especially like on my main channel, they've really enjoyed the channel. They've said great things about my main channel and my content. But then they get offended by something and then they just disappear. And it's just a fact of being a YouTuber. I got a thick skin. It's no skin off my nose. If they're offended by something, that's their problem. So I'm glad. I know, haha, that's why I left. I'm glad to hear that, because a lot of people, they'd be like, unsub, boom, peace out. It's like, come on. And I'm not gonna let those people run my channel. Let's just put it that way. But no, you're proving my point that I'm trying to make. It helps in competing in a man's world to look less like a woman. You don't offend easily. You're old school. I'm glad to hear that, because I'm so sick of walking on eggshells. I've been doing it for far too long, and I'm done doing it. So I'm glad to hear that. If anybody's new to the channel and you're watching, don't expect me to walk on eggshells. Don't expect me to say what you want me to say. Don't expect me to say what you want to hear. Either you're gonna like what I have to say or you're not. Period. End of story. Back to you, Remy. Let's see here. But what you said there. It helps in competing in a man's world to look less like a woman. And that's exactly what they're doing here. She still looks very much like a woman. Like, at first glance, you might not even notice it, because I didn't for the first several pages. It took me a couple minutes to realize what I was looking at. She very much looks like a woman. Boom. But then you get that. So yeah, the purpose of... and that leads to the modern day comic book situation. Now, what you're talking about does apply in the real world. And they're like, pop culture matters. We're focusing on the comic book side of things, the pop culture side of things. Right, melt away snowflakes. Okay, Jiminy Cricket. Oh. Hold on here. Trying to type with one hand is not easy. Nope, that's okay. Never mind. Let's try this. What? Oh, something weird happened. Technology. Gotta love it. So this is exactly what they're doing. They're trying to pull bait and switch. They're trying to see, like I was saying before, X-Men was a huge title during this time frame. 90s was big for the X-Men. Somebody was smart enough to know that they couldn't just completely turn it on its ear. They had to do it in increments. So she was still very, very feminine looking, very womanly, with this really strange haircut. When you really look at it, it's boyish and very non-traditional. It's little incremental changes designed to brainwash people over time. Like I was talking about the frog, you put it in the pot, turn up the heat slowly, doesn't realize it's being boiled to death. Even though research has proven that to be false, it will jump out of the boiling water at a certain point. And see, I think the people that are doing this, they have this agenda. They've taken that example, the frog in the boiling water, they've taken it to heart, and they don't realize it's not actually true. At some point, people wake up. They realize what's going on. I'm at that. I reached that point in 2012. Large part of the geek community is waking up to it finally. And this is we're pinpointing when it began. That's part of what I'm getting at. We're pinpointing the origins of this whole woke thing, Remy. And you helped us get there. You made some good points, some good comments, information I wasn't aware of as far as being connected to this stuff. So I appreciate that. Thank you for that. But yeah, we're getting there. We're locking it down. Yeah. So their goal That was their goal. Starting around 96, 97. To take these characters to defeminize them. To make them look like women. To, in your own words, to look less like a woman. You did that willingly of your own accord. That's what they're doing with these characters. It's the exact same thing they're doing. And in this case, they're not doing it how do I put this? Storm is not a real character. It's a character. Storm is a character. Storm is a fictional character. Storm is not a real person. Within this universe, Storm has absolutely no reason to be cutting her hair like that. There's no reason for it. But they did it anyways. Why? Because. If you take a look, if you contrast this with what they've done with modern comic books, the new She-Hulk is a great example. They're trying to muddy the waters between men and women. This is a form of brainwashing right here. This is what that is. It's like, oh wow, yeah, that's a nice looking Storm. So that's such a nice looking Storm, you don't even notice the weird haircut at first. I didn't notice it back in the day. This comic book is 28 years old. I didn't even notice it until just today. That's how good this bait and switch is. That's how good it is. It took me 28 years to realize what was going on here. Back then, the competition was fierce between the genders. That's touching on a topic that I don't want to address here because, like I said, I'm not here to walk on eggshells, but I am trying to keep it somewhat on topic. I got plenty to say about that. I do. I'm just debating on whether or not right now is the time to say it. For the time being, I'm gonna hold off on commenting on that. I mean, you're not wrong about there being a competition, but like I said, I do have things to say about that. Let's go ahead and see if we can stay on target for the time being, because we still do have another issue to go through. And yeah, we're already pushing almost 2 hours here. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one on topic. And yeah, so this is the start of. This is the true beginning of the woke era. We're locking that down. We've got the evidence is piling up. We have pinpointed the origins of the woke agenda, Remy. As far as pop culture and comic books go. It's right here. This is it. Now it was probably happening before this in the 1996 issues. I gotta see if I got any in my collection or maybe pick up some back issues. But we pinpoint 96, 97, the origin of the modern woke agenda. I was not when I started this House of G series, I was not expecting to figure that one out. I was not. That's not what I was expecting. But here we are. This is crazy. This is freaking crazy. I was just expecting to talk about my comic book collection. That's it. No. Now we're like doing the freaking breadboard stuff, the strings and the pictures and connecting stuff, and we pinpointed the origin of the modern day woke agenda. Remy, we did it. We've done it. It's done. We pinpointed it. It's like, what? I don't even know what to say. That's not what I was expecting. What? Nose is itchy. Nose has been itchy the last couple of days. I don't know why. I don't have allergies. I don't know if it's like a mustache thing. This is the first time I've really had a beard and mustache in my life, so I'm still learning things about the whole thing. But yeah, outsourcing cheap labor, exploiting resources. That's and that's been going on for a while. As far as this goes, I mean, yeah, Wait, what the what? Hold on. Wait. So here, this is okay. You got to keep something in mind here, folks. This stuff does not happen by accident. This was not designed by accident. This is very. I'm telling you right now, what I'm about to share with you, it was planned out. They planned this out. Like, hey, this is how we got to do this. This is how it needs to be drawn. This is how they. This is back in the day when they still did. They put the work in to planning this stuff and making sure it was done right. So I'm telling you right now, back in the day, they still had the people that were able to plan this stuff out and make it look like. So we got this, we got this panel, nice looking storm, except for the haircut, the butchered haircut. And the very next panel, let me show you what I'm talking about. Boom. That's a pretty normal looking storm. That looks like a full head of hair. And you got her as I think that's supposed to be her as a child. That's a full head of hair. Full head of hair. Full head of hair. It's a flashback moment when she has a full head of hair. Now let me explain to you the significance of this, because they're making subconscious connections here, subliminal connections. So you see this, you got this beautiful looking storm with a weird haircut, and then literally the next page, after a full page ad for Genesis, Sega Genesis, then it makes that subliminal connection to the real traditional feminine female looking storm with the full head of hair. Now, both as a grown woman and as a child when she had a full head of hair. And I'm not referring to this in a sexual manner. It's just, it's a subliminal thing. It's like, oh, she was a normal woman, normal little girl with a full head of hair, normal woman with a full head of hair. But then in the previous one, a normal woman, but with a butchered haircut. It's a subliminal thing. It's a brainwashing technique. And it's been going on for a long time. These people are very good at it. I'm not exactly sure where they learned it, because this is not the type of thing that normal human beings engage in. They don't sit here and think, oh, hey, how can I brainwash people into accepting something that they normally wouldn't accept? Normal people don't think that way, folks. I don't know where they learn this stuff. I don't know where they learn these techniques. But this is learned behavior. They learned it from somewhere. I don't know where. If I had the information, this would be a completely different stream, let me tell you. Comics are a manifestation of their diabolical fantasies. Modern comic books. Modern comic books are a manifestation of their diabolical fantasies. Yeah. When it comes to modern comic books, that is true. That's exactly what it is. Modern comic books are a manifestation of their weird and twisted fantasies. And that's why we're having this conversation right now. And the comic books, by and large, the comic books are not inherently evil. It's like a book or a movie. It depends on who writes it, who creates it, what their motivations are. You got J.R.R. Tolkien, who's a very religious, spiritual man, created Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, one of the most popular books series in modern history, at least. And comic books are not inherently bad. It all depends on who's behind the scenes. This clone theme is exhausting. I'm not sure about the clone. I'm not sure what the clone. What you mean with the clone thing? There was earlier, one of the previous issues, there was something about Magneto may or may not have been a clone. I'm not sure. There was something going on with that parallel world stuff or something. But yeah, it's this is planned out. It was planned out. They did it this way as a subliminal thing. Okay, so this is a flashback thing. What the hell? It just kind of jumps there, and I'm not sure. Oh no, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I see what's going on here. So this is actually, okay, so that's actually the present Storm with the weird haircut, but you can't tell it's a weird haircut because of the angle. It's up close, and it shows like long hair there, but you can't tell that it's only the front part. So this is additional subliminal brainwashing. It's making that, it's trying to make that connection in your mind subliminally, subconsciously, that this is somehow normal. Oh, well, if you look at it from this angle, it's a perfectly normal haircut, so it's not a big deal. but even though it actually is. And then it cuts to her childhood. And then it cuts to her childhood. And she, she's got normal hair as a child, but she was also a thief. She was a street rat, a thief, and everything. Just stealing for survival. She's doing her thing. Long flowing hair, perfectly normal haircut, and stealing the thing. Storm is just reminiscing at this point, flashing back. Since 1996 anyway, correct? They used to be cool. They can be cool again. We'll make them that way. So Genesis 2. So gotcha. Well, it touches on the fact that these modern industries have no creativity. They have no imagination. They are unable to come up with original stories, so they recycle stuff. So yeah, when the clone stuff, like clone ideas for stories, were first introduced, it was interesting. But they run out of ideas, and they're rehashing everything, not just the clone stuff and everything else. So yeah, it's just part of the symptom of what's wrong with these industries. It's just, yeah. So what? I don't know. She steals this thing, and then something happens, and then she flashes back to in between when she's already part of the X-Men, whatever, and you can see here once again she's got the normal long flowing hair. And like it's trying to subliminally build these connections between a normal looking Storm and this weird butchered haircut. It's intentional. It is, and it's not just like brainwashing stuff. It's a normal storytelling method to make connection between different parts of a story. But in this case, they're using it for a very subversive motivation. So it's entirely possible that they're just using normal storytelling tools with the intent to turn it into like a brainwashing technique. It could be as simple as that. But there's probably more to it. I don't know how much more, but there's probably more to it. Because they actually, yeah, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole. Not right now. Okay, so she's reminiscing about her past to Cyclops. She's telling him, she's sharing this stuff with him. That's what's going on. She disappears. I don't know. What? Metropolis invented the clone rule in 1927. Yeah, in my personal experience, that's the earliest I've ever heard of any kind of like clone type technology. That was actually really surprising that they came up with something like that. It was a pretty good movie. It really was. It was surprisingly good. And yeah, the cloning technology they had in that was like, because I don't think the DNA of the shape of DNA was not proven until, I'm trying to remember, I want to say the 1950s maybe, or something like that. Maybe the 60s. Maybe it was 1960s. So the entire concept of cloning is just like ahead of its time in 1927 in that movie. They make it all normal, then add something strange, whatever normal is. We should go. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at. They try to make her look as normal as possible, but then they add that one change. They always start with the hair. The hair is the starting point. And then you get to the point where you get this modern She-Hulk where it's just a man that they're calling She-Hulk. And that's the end point where they replace men with women. Like literally. They replace men with women. But the starting point is always the hair. And this is proof of it because everything about her is perfectly normal, perfectly feminine, perfectly female. Except for the haircut. And that's on purpose. Because that's the easiest thing to get away with. You don't, in modern society, now back, there's a time when you could point it out. There's more, maybe a transfer of consciousness to machine. No. There was a cloning aspect to it. It wasn't a complete clone. It did have the robotic, think Terminator. It was definitely it was like a pseudo clone. He cloned the real woman. He did actually clone her, but he cloned her as a skin for the robot itself. Samson Delilah. Well, yeah, I mean, these are concepts that go back to the dawn of man. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. What we're dealing with right now with the woke agenda and this stuff, it's been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Going back to the dawn of man. It's the same thing over and over again. It just takes a different form. It takes a different shape. It takes a different face. In this case, it takes on the face of Storm from the X-Men. It's the same thing over and over again. That's another thing I'm learning. So the goal, the long-term goal is to take these female characters and turn them into male characters while they're still female characters so they can replace the male characters. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is take a look at modern pop culture, because that's exactly what they're doing. That is the end game. And this is the starting point. This is what we're getting at on this House of G. We have pinpointed the starting point of the modern day woke agenda. It's right here. X-Men, January 1997. The beginning of the woke agenda. No, I need to do something real quick before I forget. I'm gonna hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta do something. This is such a profound one that I need to add this. The age of the X-Men in the beginning of the woke agenda. There we go. Boom, check live. Just changing the title there to the age of the X-Men and the beginning of the woke agenda, because that is what we have discovered here. We have discovered the beginning of the woke agenda. We pinpointed it. 96, 97. That's where it all began. I mean, there were hints of it, hints of it before that, but those little things that they slipped in, they weren't in charge. They weren't in control. 95, 96, stuff happened. The woke agenda took over. And now they knew they couldn't just shove it in our face all at once. They knew they had to feed it to us in pieces. And this character is proof of that. Very feminine, very womanly, very attractive, except for the haircut, the butchered boy's haircut. And that was just the starting point. They always start with the hair. Why? Because they want to take women. They want to take out the male characters and replace them with women. With female, and I use the term loosely, female equivalents. Straight up replace them with women. Look at Thor, Love and Thunder. They're taking the male Thor and they're replacing him with a female Thor. That's another the female Loki that they're putting into the show, Loki. I mean, it could go on. It's just they've been doing it left and right. And that is the end game, and this is where it began. Okay, so what? Okay, so now be serious with this. Hold on, wait. Hold on, let me check some. Some man called Cannonball. So we got Cannonball here. Jean Grey's coming into the picture. How you doing? Funny, blah blah blah. Needed. Oh, so Creed was running for president or something like that. I forgot all about that. I don't know what the point of the scene is. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Jean Grey's meeting with Sam, aka Cannonball, something to do with Creed's presidential campaign. He's running for president. I didn't know that, or I forgot it at least. It was such a long time ago. I don't know. And then that was it. It doesn't really explain the connection with the rest of the story. So then we got Storm. She's going to some museum or something like that. And then here's Kandra. I think her name is Kandra. That costume looks vaguely familiar, but I still can't place the character. She's the one that mind controlled Cyclops. So as you can tell, this is a very female-centric issue. It's a very female-centric issue. The men get mind controlled. The men get put in their place. The women are running the show. Along with the butchered haircut that they gave to Storm, in spite of the fact that the rest of her is very attractive looking. So this is all subliminal brainwashing techniques. So yeah, I'm starting to think it is a mixture of traditional storytelling techniques with purposeful brainwashing techniques. That's the picture I'm getting from this. Even like 5-10 years ago, I'd be called like a conspiracy theorist. But it's so in your face at this point. I don't need to prove it because it's already been proven. They're doing it in mainstream comic books. It's right there in your face. The proof is right there. A fruit, no. A seed. A tree is judged by the fruit that it produces. And a tree is born from a specific seed. You plant a seed, you will get a tree, you'll get that fruit. If it's a good seed, you'll get a good tree, you'll get good fruit. If it's a bad seed, you get bad tree and you get bad fruit. This is a bad seed right here. A very bad seed. The tree has been growing for the last 30 years. And today we've got the fruit of that tree. It is bad fruit. So I'm not even sure who this Kandra is. Apparently she's really powerful. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. 95, 96, rolling into 97, you get the super-powered female character. And Storm is the only one that can face off against her, another female character. Cyclops is... Explain to me something. Why can she mind control Cyclops, but she can't mind control Storm? Explain that one to me. I seriously believe 2020 was literally meant to give us 2020. People don't understand, Remy, that God has a sense of humor. People don't realize that. God has a sense of humor. He likes good jokes. He likes to make good jokes. And that is a divine, that's a freaking, that is a joke right there. Humor, there's a lot of humor that comes out of dark places. You gotta find, when stuff's bad, I mean, you gotta find something to laugh at, something, you gotta find that silver lining, stuff like that. That statement right there might be more profound than you think, Remy, because 2020 is literally, yeah, and I think that's what 2020 is giving a lot of people 2020 vision. Or at least close to it. They're getting there. They're almost there. They're getting there. And yeah, I don't think that's an accident. I believe that God intended it that way. Why? Because he's got a sense of humor. And that's one of his ways of communicating with us. Even though, we live by faith. Now, if you don't have faith, you're not going to see the truth in that. If you do have faith, you see the truth in what we're talking about right now. So yeah, question. Why could Kandra mind control Cyclops, but she can't mind control Storm? I'll tell you why. I mean, it's draw your own conclusions, but I'll tell you why. It's because she's a woman. It's because according to this story, men are weak-minded. Women are strong. They're strong-minded. They're stronger than men. Cassandra can mind control Cyclops, a mere man, weak-minded, weak-willed man. But she can't control Storm because she's a strong-willed, strong-minded woman. I'm not going to blow smoke up your skirt. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to walk on eggshells. That is the message they're sending with this story. What is this? What the what? What? Holy crap. Okay, so the deeper we get into this issue, the weirder it gets, and the more I realize just how screwed up it really is. So then it brings up, so she brings up some psychic projection of some, that's supposed to be a man, or maybe a boy from her past or something. It's supposed to be a male, but it has very feminine features. And that full bodysuit is just disturbing. Like this, so around 97, the whole full bodysuit with no features, that like a belt or overshorts or anything like that. It's been around for a while. It is not a good look, for obvious reasons and maybe less obvious reasons. It's not a good look. And yeah, it started around 96. This, at the very least, it started around 96. Now, if this is supposed to be a boy from her past, I mean, that's just downright pedophilic in nature. I don't know how far in the past he's supposed to be from. Maybe he's from the present? What is going on with this? Yeah, that's the thing. It's a very, telepathic, psychic character. So it's like, I don't know if that's a real person or if it's a psychic projection. I guess it's a real person in the present. It's supposed to be a dude. It's supposed to be a dude. It's got some fairly feminine features. And that bodysuit is just weird. I realize that, especially the normies, modern day normies and whatnot, they may be thinking, what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there is. There is something wrong with that. That is what I believe also. I love to laugh in your outlook. I'm so grateful for. I'm glad to hear that, right? What, the chick on steroids? I know of more than a few women that now look like that, and it started around this time too. What? Yeah, exactly. But no, that's a dude. It's a dude. It looks very feminine, but that's supposed to be a dude. That is supposed to be a man, but it's not. That is a very androgynous person. It's supposed to be a male, but it looks very feminine, and it's not accidental. They do it on purpose. So at the start of this, I was like, okay, they only kind of slipped in a little bit, but this is turning out to be one of those weirdo stories from that era, 95, 96, when it took a hard turn into Weirosville. It didn't start off, but now that the deeper we get into it, it's exactly what it's turning into. What's with the necklace? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's some African thing. Yeah, it's some African necklace. Okay, so she refers to him as a child. So apparently it is supposed to be a boy. Jiminy Cricket. I don't even... Okay, so apparently it is supposed to be a boy. Like he's not like it's in the present time. He's a real person in the present time, but he is a minor. He's not an adult male. So that's on top of everything. That is a younger, at the very least, like 13, 14, 15, maybe. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's pedophilic in nature. It's designed to confuse people and give them the wrong idea. Let's put it that way. She literally refers to him as a child, which, considering her age, doesn't necessarily mean he's like a child, but he's definitely younger, like way younger. That outfit, dang, it's a hot mess. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's disturbing. So the whole full skin tight bodysuit thing started right around this time frame, apparently. Right around this time frame, 96, 97. We pinpointed it, Remy. We pinpointed it. The start of the woke agenda. We pinpointed the origins when it came out in force. When it was revealed in force. We've done it. I'm shocked right now. No, I'm shocked right now. Like we've nailed it. I'm telling you, Remy, we've nailed it. And this, honestly, this is turning into a really disturbing story. It really is. What is this supposed to be? What is this? I don't even know what this is supposed to... Okay, so this is the end of the issue. This is the final page. And we got this lovely full page splash. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I mean, it's just it's a full skin tight bodysuit. There's nothing. There's no identifying features. There's no uniform type features. There's no nothing. Like, what is that? That's not a costume. It's equivalent. It's the equivalent of yoga pants. And it's just disturbing. Look, like, keep in mind, now 28 years ago when I first bought this and read this, I didn't necessarily understand what I was looking at. So it might have been a little on the weird side possibly, but I didn't like think twice about it. It was just like, at that point, it was like, okay, that's weird. Moving on. 28 years after the fact, looking back with 2020, bada bing bazinga, I can see it clearly now for what it is. It is not a good picture. I mean, that's just weird. He's not supposed to be a full-grown adult. Not from what I've read in this. That just makes it even more disturbing. This took a weird turn. It really did take a weird turn. Holy crap. I'm almost surprised. Looking at the first few pages, I was like, okay, this might not be so bad. But no, it took a freaking weird turn. I'm gonna cricket with this. Well, we're over 2 hours in. We got one more issue to go over. So there you have it. January 1997 issue. Was it issue number 60? X-Men. This is right smack in that time frame when comic books took a very weird and disturbing turn. And this is living up to that. To what we've learned, this is living up to it. This is living up to it. We've nailed it. We have nailed it, Remy. I mean, we don't have all the details yet, but we have identified the origins of the modern day woke agenda. I'm honestly a little shocked we were able to do that. I didn't know it was going to be that easy to figure it out. Just by looking through old comic books. This is why they don't like physical media. This is why they want to replace everything with digital media. So that people like us can't do stuff like this. So we can't pick up our back issues, look through them, and be like, hey, wait, this happened in this point, and then at this point it turned into this. Like, what happened? It's because facts, knowledge is power. Information is power. This has information that's giving us power. And this is what they don't like. This is what they fear. I'm not... man. I'm not going any deeper with it than that. Draw your own conclusions and whatnot. But we're on to something, I'm telling you. Bagged and boarded, ready for storage. All right. Okay, so final issue for the stream. The world's greatest comics, X-Men, number 68. Dun, dun. October 1997. Desperate measures, zero tolerance. I do remember the whole zero tolerance thing. The details I'm fuzzy on. Target 243, scan X-Men. Okay, so first thing I want to say is this character has always been a weird character. I've never liked this character. She was always a very strange character. Like her mutation, like, oh my gosh, oh my lord, are you kidding me with this? The outfit, dang, it's a hot mess. Yeah, yeah. That's cool about the discovery, but it wasn't. No, you helped me get there, Remy. You pointed out some stuff regarding like the NAFTA and stuff like that, which I never would have even thought of. So, I mean, you definitely helped to put me on that path. Don't underestimate that. You helped me put me on the path. I mean, I would have figured some of it out, but I still would have been in the dark about the whole NAFTA thing and stuff like that. I would have, maybe with some research possibly, but I mean, we can say with 100% certainty you pointed that fact out, and you definitely helped put me on the path. So, oh my gosh, no, my head. This has been a stream. This has been a House of G full of discovery, which is why my head is hurting, because it's like it's just. Ow! Because it's just so mind bending. What we're discovering is it's mind bending. Like it's so just crazy and out there. It's just, our brains are not meant to function like that. They're not. Zero tolerance. Yeah, it has to do with the war between humans and mutants. It's the acceleration of that, as far as the story goes. The concept of the story. It's the war between humans and mutants, and then the certain aspects of humanity had developed a zero tolerance towards mutants. I mean, obviously there's agenda type ideology going on here. It's like what we talked about, and there's probably some stuff that we haven't discovered yet. Let me get back in here. This character. Yeah, I've never liked this character. I mean, first of all, let's start with their hair. It's a boy's haircut. And look at those muscles. Like, holy shit. Now, she's fairly feminine. This is October. This is, 9 months after the last issue we just went over. A very nice looking Storm. Except for the hair. Now, hold on. Hold on here. Let me check something. Lobdell, Seagull, Fairy. Yeah, Lobdell did the plot. Seagull, no. Guest pencils. Guest pencils. Hold on. Let me double check something. Guest pencils. Okay, this is interesting. So it's the same writer, Scott Lobdell. Same writer. This one. And this one. Same writer. Different artists. Both of them had guest pencilers. Interesting. Okay, hold on. And you can already tell that there are differences in the way the females are drawn just by looking at Marl. I think her name is Marl. I've never liked this character. It's just something about her. It was just a disturbing mutant ability. At this point they also took a weird turn with the mutant powers. You got Morrow, and then this other dude, I forget his name. He's got the little maggot creatures. Very disturbing powers, like graphically disturbing. And they started to go on like this horror slant with the title. That did not fit. It was not what X-Men was about. They took a very disturbing turn with the title. And this character and the other one with the maggots are very good examples of it, because they belong in like a horror comic book. That's what I'm saying. If they had taken some of these characters and given them their own title with a specifically like horror slant to it, that would have been more fitting, and it probably would have succeeded on its own. But they tried to shoehorn it into the main X-Men title. Heavy Mindbender, exposure times equals many afternoon seals. I like the way you think. I could definitely use an afternoon siesta after this one. Shimmy freaking cricket. At the very least, my brain needs a break after this one. I see. Sounds pretty good, actually. I like the way you think there, Remy. Getting back into it here. So yeah, this yeah, all right, look at that haircut. Boy's haircut. So keep in mind, this is 9 months after the previous one. Guest penciler. It's a different penciler, same writer. Boy's haircut. But get this, much less feminine. Yeah, there's still some femininity in the body. But once you get up the arms and the shoulders, that is way less feminine. Those are man arms and man shoulders. She's taking steroids. This chick is taking steroids. I'm telling you right now. She's taking steroids. It's only 9 months. 9 month difference. 9 month difference. Different penciler. And then let's take a look at this. This is where, oh my lord, this is where the artwork really started to decline. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, paper quality. The cover, the ink and the paper on the cover is pretty much the same-ish. It is, what was the price on this? $1.99, so the price is the same. The ink and the paper is, it might be like, I think the paper is a slightly less quality, same price. But then the artwork, like this is the art. So the, other than the fact that she's got a boy's haircut and is taking steroids, I mean the artwork's not bad. But then you look at the, you open it up, like I don't know what happened here. I don't know if they had somebody else draw on the cover. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is. Even with her abilities, her weird mutant abilities, what is that? That is not anatomically correct. Even with those bony protrusions, that is not anatomically correct. That is just weird. So apparently 97 is when they started to hire people based on check boxes instead of actual talent. That's like just a deformed looking Popeye. The way those tortured looking characters are drawn, imagine others drawing them as a hot crowd occasion. you might think so, but it's actually, no, they have, I'm telling you, they had nice offices and whatnot to work in. But you didn't have, at this point, it's pretty clear at this, and then look at this, oh my gosh, it just, let me just look at this crap. Like, the artwork is just terrible. This is bad artwork. Like, what is that? She's taking steroids. The anatomy is just off. And it's just, I mean, look at this. Like, this is just terrible. Look at that right there. That full body shot. It's awful. And look at those freaking arms, dude. She is pumped up on steroids. This guest penciler failed physiology and anatomy. They failed it. I'm telling you. And for those that don't know, being a good artist, you have to know the human body. There's a reason why they have nude models in some of these art classes. It's to learn how to draw the human body. I'm not really a fan of those. I'm not gonna get into that. And then but it's not. We're not done yet. And then it shows some random character. I have no idea who this chick is. What is that? That looks like looks like it should be like Wesley Snipes or something, but it's a chick. It's like a ripoff of Wesley Snipes, but it's a chick. It did not take them long to go down the rabbit hole. January of 97, there was some weird stuff going on. And then 9 months later, they're just going all out. Remy, we have pinpointed the origin of the woke agenda. 96, 97, we have pinpointed it. The evidence is stacked up. We've got more than enough evidence. We know when it started. 95, 96 is when it started. 97 is when they really took off running. I might need a shower after this issue, just judging. just judging from the cover. And at this point, you've probably seen some of the internal pages as well. A mental cleansing, especially some Bibles. Praying mantis arms. That's perfect. No, that's it. Praying mantis arms. That's what it is. praying mantis arms. And you know why? You know why they made it look like praying mantis arms? Because female praying mantises eat their male counterparts after they mate. That's why they went with the praying mantis. Because, you know, replace men with women. It fits. It fits perfectly, Remy. You might be an unintentional genius. Body, I bet she eats someone said. We're on the same frequency there, right? I needed a good laugh. Thank you for that. Holy crap. The first 2 issues that went over were really good issues. The last issue started off okay, but it pretty quickly it went down the rabbit hole. And then this is just like taking it even further. Oh my Lord. I needed a good laugh. At this point, I can pretty much recommend any comic books before 95, 96. Anything after 96, you're on your own there. I cannot recommend anything after that time frame. Not without, cautionary disclaimer. You might end up with some brain damage at that point. But as far as I can tell, pre 95, 96, you might be safe. You should be safe. You should be safe. What have we gotten into, Remy? What have we gotten into here? This is not what I was expecting when I started the House of G live stream. Not what I was expecting at all. What have we got into? What? Oh man, it might be. Yeah, I might need to take a shower with some holy water after this one. It's one of those. It's one of those. And then, oh, you know what? Yeah. So then this other character pops up. This chick right here, the black girl, the dreads or whatever. She's if that's who I think it is, she's another mutant for Professor X. That character was in the New Mutants movie, and she was Hispanic instead of black, I think. And she turned out to be a villain, which honestly doesn't surprise me from what I saw in the comic books. I'm not sure if she turned villainous in the comic books, but she definitely had the right mindset for it. Hella. Boom shakalaka. Oh my Lord, with this. I can't make this stuff up. It's just, what is going on? I don't even know what's going on. I don't know, dudes dressed as police officers, they come busting through the window or something, and I don't know what's going on. There's Iceman, the Reyes chick, she's supposed to be like a super smart doctor, supposedly maybe smarter than Beast, which is like, I'm calling malarkey on that one. This is what I'm talking about. They take the male characters and they replace them with female characters. Very twisted, strange, deformed female characters. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even want to read. Here's the thing. I'm at the point I don't even want to read it. I don't want to kill off any more brain cells than I've already murdered today. This character just looks so awful. Look at this. That's terrible artwork. The character's just awful. And she's supposed to be like a pseudo anti-hero hero type. She's supposed to be one of the good guys. She's unsettling, to say the least. What the hell? I guess those dudes are supposed to be sentinels. I don't, and then okay, so you saw the pictures of Morrow. Supposed to be a chick. She's got the Popeye arms. And then this is his idea of a male character. That's Iceman. That's his idea of Iceman. So Morrow's on steroids. Iceman is on super steroids, apparently. This artist sucks. He freaking sucks. Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious that, you know, modern comic books, they are not giving the work to talented people. It's based on check boxes. They've been doing it since 97. Who was this guy's name again? Guest penciler Pasquale Ferry. I'm curious to look that name up and see if he's done any more work since then, because this stuff is awful. No amount of good coloring can cover up bad penciling. I'm sorry. It's just terrible. This artwork is terrible. I don't care how good the coloring is. The artwork is, the penciling is terrible. It's just, oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Check this out. Okay, so that's Beast, or that's Iceman when he first pops up, right? I mean, just look at him. He's beastly looking. Beastly. He's been taking super steroids. But then check this out. Watch this. The very next page. He slimmed down. Where did all that mass go? And don't tell me it's like some sort of ice armor. That's not, no. Where did the rest of him go? He's smaller than Morrow now. He went from being like super beastly, super steroidy to being smaller than Morrow. That's not physically possible. Mutant ability or not, in this case. Neither one of them has that ability. This artist is terrible. No consistency. It's just it's freaking terrible. Remy, it's to be avoided maybe. I don't want to look at it. I'm officially censoring this. But I will listen. That's the important thing. As long as you're listening, that's all that really matters. No. I don't blame you. I can feel my brain cells shriveling up and just desiccating. I'm not even really reading it at this point. I'm just glancing through it. The artwork is so bad, I don't want to read it. Even though I probably should, but I mean, you might not know exactly what's going on with the story if you're just looking at the pictures. But I will say this: if you don't read the dialogue, if you just look at the pictures, you can tell what the subliminal message, the hidden message that they're trying to. You gotta understand, there's different aspects to the story. There's the written dialogue that conveys that part of the story, but the artwork itself conveys another layer of the story. There's a part of the story that they're hoping that you're gonna be too busy reading the dialogue to completely pick up on the subliminal part of the story, the visual part that they're trying to convey. In this case, it's like all I'm getting is the artwork, the subliminal. And it's like it's freaking making my head hurt. So freaking bad. I'm not even making it up. He's probably some CIA. They pay for the chance to call the shots at some issues. Honestly, who knows at this point? Like the FBI is so completely corrupt. For the last several years, people have been trying to say, oh, but the average FBI person is good. It's the higher ups. Nah, the FBI is just, it's a freaking cesspool, like from top to bottom at this point. So as far as the CIA, I mean, who knows how much gutter trash is going on with that freaking organization. They're all just like trash at this point. Honestly, who knows? Who freaking knows? Honestly, it doesn't even matter if it's a government or pop culture. It doesn't matter if they're connected to the government or not. It's about the people. It's about the people calling the shots. It doesn't matter who's calling shots. It's about the people. And it's the results of their work, and this is the fruit of their labor. That's the important thing here. The fruits of their labor is to just completely screw with people's heads turn natural biology on its ear in natural traditional families and society and throw it out the window. That's pretty much the end of it. I don't even know what's going on with this. Like, I couldn't even read it. It was just I couldn't even read it. It's just, no, seriously, I couldn't even read it. The artwork alone is just so bad that it doesn't make me want to read it. That's how bad it is. That's not a good thing for a comic book. The comic book, the whole point of a comic book is the visual aspect is to get your attention and make you want to read it. This does not make me want to read it. And this is why modern comic books are going out of business. Because you got crap like this, does not make people want to read it. They don't understand comic books. They really don't. And honestly, it just seems, what I am getting from the story, it just seems boring. Like, if I was going to read this, I think I would just be bored more than anything. Like, it's just, it doesn't interest me. I have no interest in this. This is insane. So it went from 1995 wait, no, 96, right? February of 1996. We went from February 1996. This was actually a decent one. February 1996. Then we went to this, which is January of 97. 11 months later. And it's already going to shit. It's already just trash. Then January of 97. January of 97 to October of 97. And it's killing brain cells at this point. This is a very fast progression. Less than 2 years. We're looking at 21 months, 22 months. And it's gone from like readable and enjoyable to just killing brain cells. I am flabbergasted right now. I am freaking flabbergasted. Gobsmacked. Not quite speechless. Because I've been dealing with this stuff for so long now. I can still form a sentence at this point. 20 years ago, I'd probably be brain dead right now. Very small. I don't attack people's body parts. It's counterproductive, but I know what you're saying. They call it a 5-layer cake ship. I'm completely lost at this point. I wasn't paying attention to the chapter it was just so holy crap. I'm so bored. Just what I've seen of the story is just boring. And then the artwork is just terrible, and it's just killing my brain cells. And this is 1997. 1997, folks. 1997. We're in the year 2021. This has been going on since 1996. We have pinpointed the origin of the modern day woke agenda. 1996. Oh my gosh. What is it? 25 years. It's the modern woke agenda has been active for 25 years, folks. There were like itty bitty little hints of it before then, but it came out in force in 96. And it escalated quickly on the time. No, my brain freaking hurts. Like, I gotta wrap this up. That was the final issue for today, and my brain is killing me after going through that, because it's just so it's strange and bad, like objectively bad, and just so twisted and unnatural that my brain cannot process it correctly, which is why my head hurts. It's a very real thing. It's not. I'm not imagining it. The brain is a very powerful organ. A lot of people they don't understand how powerful the human brain is. just from a purely biological standpoint. And there, as you learn and stuff and grow as a human being, not just from childhood to adulthood, but from adulthood to older adulthood, you're forming pathways in your brain and stuff like that. The brain is meant to function a certain way. Garbage in, garbage out. There are good pathways, there are bad pathways that are created and connected within the brain. Now, my specialty was not neurology, but I learned enough to know what I'm talking about. And when you're building those bad pathways, it hurts. Now, even if it's a good pathway, it can hurt. If it's a very large amount of information, very complex information, that can cause. See that? Okay. Let me kind of walk that back a little bit. When I went to college physics, I came out of college physics, especially the first semester. Every time class was over, I'd walk out of that classroom, my brain was hurting because it was complex information, very large amount of complex information. My brain trying to process it, and my brain wasn't used to it. I hadn't been in school in a long time, even out of the military. It'd been a while, so it's just natural. It's a natural process when it comes to human learning and stuff like that. But then when you're trying to process stuff like that's straight up unnatural, it's even worse. Like there's a good brain pain and a bad brain pain. Learning something like physics is a good brain pain. Something like this is bad, like really bad. Freaking cricket. Where are we on the Metropolis breakdown analysis? Nowhere at this point. It's just, like I said, I've been having like this stuff going on with my main channel. It's been going on for 3 weeks now, almost, and it's been a little bit of a nightmare because I've had to dump Filmora. Filmora was my video editing software, and the situation is so bad I've had to dump Filmora, and I'm learning After Effects and Premiere Pro. So I'm back into a transitionary stage where I'm learning another new complex program. It's taking a lot of time, and it's a lot of the good brain pain, but it's still brain pain. I'm going to cruise around YouTube, see if there are many analysis. I'd be surprised if there were. It's such an old movie. Really old movie. But reading wires the brain a certain way. Like, yeah. Reading is very important to learning as a human being. Because you got your visual center, you got your hearing centers, you got your speech centers. It's just the human brain is fascinating. Like everything we do is connected in some way, and it's dependent. They work in concert with each other. They're literal different parts of our brain. They handle different aspects of how we see the world, how we interpret that data. You get the five senses and everything, and they're all processed in different ways, and yet they're all connected. It's absolutely fascinating and powerful, so powerful. So people cannot underestimate how important this stuff is, because it is very important. Pop culture matters. Like I've been saying since day one, pop culture matters. Yeah, as far as the Metropolis analysis, I would still like to do that. Let me make a note because as usual, I will forget. Metropolis was a very fascinating movie. It was actually a really good movie, very surprising movie. So I actually would like to talk about that. So, okay, I got the note. You've had many software, hardware issues. Yeah, Microsoft Windows is screwing with stuff. It's not my hardware. I've done extensive testing, diagnostics. It's not my hardware. It's not my RAM, nothing like that. It's not my drivers. They're all up to date. I reinstalled them. Still having troubles with it. It's Microsoft Windows. Microsoft Windows is causing the problem. I did a remote session with Microsoft support. It's the moment we used the Quick Assist app that's built into Windows that I did not even know existed until a few days ago. The moment we shut down the remote viewing, I had my browser up and I had several tabs with that had videos on them. Every single tab that had a video was completely screwed up. Like the video wouldn't play, and if I scrolled up and down, it would give like this choppy after image. And if I switched from one tab to the other, the image of the previous tab was on the new tab where the video was. It was a complete mess, and it was directly because of Microsoft Windows Quick Assist app, which is built into it's Windows is screwing stuff up. It's Windows. Our own operating system is causing problems, but they don't want to acknowledge that. They didn't want to admit it. Everybody kicks the can down the road. They pass the buck. Filmora didn't take responsibility. They looked at I worked with their tech support and they looked into it, but then they came to the conclusion that it wasn't Filmora. And I agree with them on that. But what they did not tell me is that it was probably Windows. That they did not tell me. And I ended up spending $150 on a professional computer technician to get that verified. I wasn't too happy about that. And it's Windows. Windows is screwing stuff up. I hate Windows. Personally, I freaking hate it. And it's constantly messing with stuff. They're constantly screwing with stuff. They don't understand this concept of consistency and not breaking your own operating system. It's like I'm just getting fired up. I don't know. So, hacked. I don't know. I'm thinking it's just Windows is a crappy OS. I'm thinking it was just broken. They made an update the same time that I started having those problems. There were 2 updates that I didn't know about. See, what most people don't know is that Windows will install updates without telling you. The only time it'll tell it. Well, you get the little thing down there and says, "Oh, we're gonna update and restart," but it doesn't click that it's an update for the OS. Not like a major like updating to a new version of Windows where you have to actually like give permission and stuff like that. So that's not something you think about because it's so in the background and it's so routine. There were 2 updates. I checked my logs and everything. There were 2 updates at the same time that I started having these problems. It's just Windows. It's just Windows being Windows, being an incompetent piece of broken, programming trash. But I wouldn't be surprised if they got hacked too. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. If it added to it, it's just I don't know. So it's causing me like all kinds of havoc. I'm trying to learn a whole new set of programs. Now the bright side is it's forcing me to learn a higher quality set of software that I can actually, worst case scenario, if I can develop those skills enough, I can parlay it into a pretty solid career path. So that is the upside. And you got to look at the silver lining. So Windows is screwing stuff up, but there is a positive side to it. It's just taking time. And it's I can't make videos right now. I don't have the means. I got to relearn a whole new set of programs which are way more complex than what I'm used to. So that's where I'm at personally. Zimmer Cricket. Okay. 1 second here. One second here. Okay, so we're gonna start wrapping these up here. That has been the House of G for today, this Monday. Hope you're having a great Monday there, rolling into the week. And first couple of issues were great. I actually had a lot of fun with them, and then we got into the 96, 97 era, and it took us into just a twisted rabbit hole. I expected it, but even when you expect it, it's still just it hits you like a freaking hammer. My head hurts right now. I can't make this up. Like my head literally hurts right now from those last 2 issues. I was doing great with the first 2. Open up the second one. First it wasn't so bad. Started seeing the problems, and it just snowballed from there. And I need some aspirin. I need to like drink some holy water or something, and maybe take a nap. I don't know. It's my freaking head hurts. This is why I left comic books in 2012. Couldn't take it. So from 96, 97, it took me 15 years. it took me about 15, 16 years to finally say enough was enough. We pinpointed it. The origin of the woke agenda in earnest began around 1996. Rebel Squadron. House of G stands by that statement. Took me personally about 15, 16 years to see what was happening and finally say enough was enough. This is crazy. Honestly, it's on the crazy side. Like, wow. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Honestly, no. I would not be surprised if Windows OS got hacked. I know some stuff's gotten hacked, and Windows getting hacked. You know they're not going to put that out there. They're not going to admit to that. I mean, I haven't heard about it, so it's the first I've heard it. So it wouldn't surprise me. Seriously though, my head hurts. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you for hanging out, Remy. And if anybody else is watching, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Remy, yeah, I know you've been busy, Remy. So I hope, I hope you're getting things done there. It's like, I appreciate hanging out and stuff, and pointing out like the NAFTA stuff like that, the time frames. It's definitely helping to point me down the right road in the right direction with this. It's a very surprising and unexpected direction. Let me tell you, it's like, and let me think for a second. For the most part, that wraps up the. I'm pretty certain. I said this before. I'm pretty sure it's true this time. The stack of comics that need to be bagged and boarded, it pretty much wraps it up. I've got some oddball stuff that I'm not going to go over. It's just stupid promotional stuff that's just pointless, and I'm not really going to deal. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to just bag and board them real quick, and boom, they're done. I am going to go over the Darkest Night from the Green Lantern series, dealing with the White Lanterns and the Black Lanterns. This is a pretty intense series. I've got the compilation of the entire story arc, so I'm gonna be doing that one. I'm gonna start, and then Metropolis at some point. I'm gonna try, hopefully sooner rather than later. I do want to talk about that one. It's a very interesting movie. It was actually a pretty good movie. Very shocking and surprising movie for 1927. It's been real and fun, Rebel. Thank you, Remy. I'm glad you're having fun. I really am, because I know I am, and that's what this stuff is all about, having a good time at the end of the day. So I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and wrap these up here in just a second. So we'll be doing, Green Lantern, Darkest Night, and then after that, I got to kind of figure it out, because I think this chapter is actually closed this time. I got ideas. You've helped giving me some of those ideas, Remy. So I've got ideas. I just got to, between now and next Monday, maybe, in the next week or two. Oh, no, next Monday I'm good. I'm covered next Monday. But over the next couple weeks, I got to sort out exactly how to put together the format for whatever I'm doing next. So going to be cataloging my collection, going through those issues, doing some more comparisons and whatnot, deep diving, doing some pop culture archaeology with it. I'm looking forward to it. No, make no mistake, I am looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. It's the end of one chapter and the opening of another, and it's just like, yeah. We've made some very startling and interesting discoveries, including the origins of the modern woke agenda. That one blew me away. Holy crap. We pretty much just solidified it on the stream today. So, all right. Oh, Jimmy Craig. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday there, rolling into the week. I hope you have a fantastic week there and everything. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. And the world has pretty much lost its mind at this point, but you just got to take it one day at a time. and just find those little things that help you get through each day and get through the madness and the nonsense and the retardation. I will say this: doing this House of G is one of those things that helps me get through it. Check log it. So hopefully it does the same for you. Hey, you doggy. All right. Okay, you have a fantastic day there, and I'll see you on the flip side next Monday. I do want to do Metropolis, but I'm thinking next Monday is going to be Green Lantern Darkest Night. That's not just it's going to be. I've got the compilation. Probably going to go through the whole thing. So that's pretty much what I got planned for next Monday at least. After that, it's I'll figure it out. Maybe world events will shape what is discussed after the series. That is always a possibility. Because not the last stream, but the previous 2 streams were influenced by what was going on with Twitter, with Doomcock, Neurotics, G&G, Ryan Kennel Outpost. That was directly influenced by the Twitter drama that was going on. And so it's not like a set format. There's definitely some flexibility. So if something big happens that and the timing is right, I'll bring it into the stream and everything. That'll be like the first segment before we get into whatever's coming next. And so I'm definitely keeping it open and flexible in that regard. So we'll see. I mean, who knows? I mean, I kind of have this feeling stuff is going to be happening over the next few months. We'll see. We will see. We will definitely see. All right, Remy, you have yourself a fantastic week there. Anybody else watching, you have a great Monday rolling into the week. Hope you have a great week. If you're interested in just some gaming type of content, my main channel is Rebel Squadron. I try to entertain through gaming and whatnot. I'm building a universe over there, the Rebel Squadron Gear Punk universe. I have a lot of fun with it, and hopefully people watching have fun with it too. So if you're looking for something a little less commentary, like more gaming, have fun type, feel free to check it out there. You're more than welcome to. And so if you enjoyed the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it with your friends, family, co-workers, complete and total strangers. It is very much appreciated, let me tell you. YouTube hates smaller channels at this point. They've made it more and more difficult to build a channel like this, and I'm doing the best I can with the time I got. We'll see how it goes. But I definitely need your guys' help to make that happen. That's cool. I'm in. Yeah. Oh, actually, you're already subscribed there, right? Also, boom, boom, boom. Check like there we go. Yeah. No. I appreciate you subscribing over there, Remy, Rebel Squadron. Yeah, it's right here. Boom. Anybody that's new, Rebel Squadron, that's the symbol. Look for that symbol when the channel pops up. Should be the first thing that pops up. Yeah, we just mostly just try to have fun over there. I do kind of have a few words to say about the modern state of gaming and stuff like that, but I try to keep that to a minimum. It's more about just entertaining, having fun, having a good time. Boom, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Chakalaka. So yeah, things are happening out there in the world, and it's definitely having an impact here. It's I've been doing this for over a year now. I've been going at it pretty hard, but I've been fortunate and blessed enough to be able to do that during these times. And it's up to you guys. If I can keep doing this, going full steam with it, or if I'm gonna have to cut back at some point. It's completely up to you guys. So if you guys want me to keep doing this, I need your help. I need your support. Please do what you can. Make it grow. All right. Love, brother. Peace out. You too, Remy. Sister. Love, sister. Peace out. Have yourself a fantastic Monday. Rolling into the weekend. Have a fantastic week. And hopefully, hey, maybe I'll see you over there on Rebel Squadron. Who doggy? Check like all right. This has been the House of G. Speaking into the void. Have a good one.